Hello, everyone. Welcome to Charisma Saves. We did the thing. Hey, can you move, bro?
We're back. Finally.
There's a dog. We have a dog. Anyway, we're back after a hiatus. A holiday hiatus. It was a holiday miracle, everyone.
Hey, buddy.
So we went through Thanksgiving, and we did some thanksing, or whatever it is that you do. You go, thank you, pilgrims, for the colonies. Sure glad that happened. But if that hadn't happened, Gary Gygax wouldn't have happened, and we wouldn't be sitting here. So a silver lining...
Smooth segue.
A silver lining is what?
Oh, fuck. I was going to retweet whoever tweeted the announcement that we were live.
I tweeted it.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Or maybe not, actually.
You didn't,
actually. You know what? Well, no. Here's the thing. When I go live upstairs, it auto-tweets, so I just assumed it tweeted.
Oh.
Down here, it does not do that. I did, however, put it in the Discord. You can just copy and paste that shit and tweet that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although, you know how Twitter is with links anyway. So, yeah. Here we are. Doing the thing. It's been a little bit. You're all looking cute. It's working, mostly you.
I just noticed that
staring.
Sarah's little buns are the perfect position and shape to look like cat ears.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
We've been watching a lot of what we do in the shadows, and Nadia has these little fucking hair buns that look like cat ears, and I was like, I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
So I even did my makeup like her a little bit.
I dig it.
Yeah. What?
What was your Twitter? I'm going to
Australian?
Oh, that was
my
that was your Dick Stunlock video.
What?
That was the Dick Stunlock video.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, I
Because
thought
I
I
just
heard
heard
an
you say there's
Australian...
no black lights here, and that was the first line in that video.
Oh, I thought I heard an Australian noise, which is upstairs what happens if someone does a Streamlabs thing. We change the guy's voice to an Australian.
Oh, I forgot you did that.
Boy, mate. Thanks for the $4.
It's like the saddest little...
I don't think it'll work down here, though, so there's no reason for you to give me $4. Right? I mean, unless you want to. Do it. I mean, you can. No one will know. It won't show up. It'll just be us, you and me. So, I'll find out later this week. Anyway, so, we're playing thing. Is there anything we need to talk about or bring up since we took a little bit of a break? We got a name for the group.
We have a name. We're an official business now.
We're an official business group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are LLCs a thing in this universe? Like,
yeah. Do we need to file?
I'm gonna be honest. I think you're in a rebuilding society post-apocalypse. The bureaucracy, I don't think, is in great shape, insofar as people starting small businesses under the table. So
we don't have to pay taxes.
The taxes are the cost of living in this place. I'm not going to instill a D&D tax system unless you want to play that type of game.
Not really.
Okay, but I can. I'm into numbers and shit.
Because
believe me, I'll be homebrewing over here. But
is fantasy
it would be
accounting
fun.
a thing? That's
literally, there's a famous Reddit thread on 4 accountants and a DM playing a game that ended up business management. Because they're all into that. And that's, like, definitely a valid way to play. And I would be down for that if somebody else wants to take up the accounting stuff. Like, if one of you guys really wants to get into some numbers...
I just wanted to dodge taxes if we could.
You just wanted to dodge them.
Yeah.
Let's say you are.
Perfect.
You can be dodging them if you want to be
Base.
dodging them.
We're gonna get Al Capone at the end of the campaign. We'll do whatever thing, and then they're just be like,
they're just gonna get us on taxes.
And now jail. And now you go to jail.
Now you end up in the jail.
We worked with the mob. We've helped an insane creature absorb a bunch of members into its organism.
What?
I
We
think
stole-
that's what she's speculating the Reverend is?
I don't. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. She was just wildly speculating.
We
None
stole
of that was canon.
Perfectus.
He never
You did
once
do that.
tried to suck me up.
You're not stealing if
you didn't have to try to suck
That's
you.
true. They
You-
stole
you
it from
try-
us
you
first.
sucked
We're
them
stealing
first.
it back.
True.
Yeah.
That's how you get them.
You
your
sucked and
dominance.
swallowed.
They older them.
Wow. It's Cumrisma Saves even when it's not Cumrisma Saves. Isn't that wild?
It always is.
Just happens. I guess that's a good enough segue. Fuck it. Let's just start. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you say? Let's try to get some music. Ooh,
We talked about her plan.
the heater. You did figure. I told you guys. Did
We
you
have a
talk about it a
plan.
little bit? Okay. All right. I'll set the
Just let
stage.
the twins do the talking. Nick's kind of good sometimes.
I think it
Last we left off. The group known as
Oh fuck.
Anomalous investigations.
There you go.
Anomalous Investigations. I was gonna go around the table.
You're the secretary.
The group
got
known
the
as
sign made.
Anomalous. Did you get high?
I
She
literally
just ate
just
an
ate an
edible.
edible.
At the table, dude.
Wow,
Full on
just
degeneracy.
immediate effect.
It went
Must be
right
nice.
to her brain instead of going down.
It's the placebo effect before it
Look,
kicks in.
I'm a bimbo in real life. I'm sorry.
One second. Last we left off, the group known as Anomalous Investigations has taken their first client. An interesting and curious older man named Mr. Crabblebottom, a citizen of a bordering city of a different country, Laroc, where you come from, in the country of the Halvian Vales, a older country. People consider this sort of the cradle of human civilization in this part, like civilization in the way that you would say, oh, you're civilized, uncivilized. Old money. You made your way to Mr. Crabblebottom's home because he needed you to investigate his daughter, who hasn't necessarily disappeared, but has lost contact with him over the months. Belinda Crabblebottom. Belinda Crabblebottom hyphen Carmine. She hyphenated. And he's been worried. Their letters, their correspondence has been less common and has suddenly stopped. A formerly tight relationship, he has been turned away at the gate. He hired you with the promise of giving you his only valuable item to his name other than the books he has. And that is a simple ring of protection. You accepted this and traveled from Laroc to the northern countryside, where sometimes the lords of the Vales maintain manors. A jurisdiction unto themselves for the most part. You traveled by carriage to this sort of village of sorts, a village with no name that is only a part of the larger Carmine Estate. You don't necessarily know when you cross the threshold to this place, but you can tell that the black woods of this is quite distinct. The darkened trees have lost their leaves, and because we are now in midwinter, as you have some warmer clothing on for those of you who care. You pull up to the Carmine Estate, a large complex. It's strange looking. It's not like what you expected, like a castle. Like it's when you looked from below the hill, as you looked up, and the sun sort of setting behind it a little bit. It looked a little bit like a castle. It had like a round area that looked like maybe the top of an observatory. It had straight lines and what looked like maybe a wall, and vast fields in front of it. But as you get closer, it's I guess the first thing you notice as you pull up on the left side, as you pull up into this drive through cobblestone, and you hear the of the horse and the carriage. The left side of this is a vast glass dome, a strange looking glass with many facets to it. like a large cut diamond, but definitely not made of that material. Definitely made of glass. You can tell, cast into a single space. And when I say large, I mean like a wing of a building. And then there's a hallway that leads from that to the center. And this hallway has just windows on it. And you can see that the top has a skylight as well, just windows. Sort of like think like modern Art Deco meets brutalism, where there's sort of like these glass edges. And the material that the house is built out of is all like this brassy brushed metal looking. So it's not like siding or brick in this area. It looks looks like something someone would think of in the 70s almost. Except it doesn't have like big
faux
portal
future-y.
holes or anything. Yeah, but mixed with like the very right angles of the. It almost looks like a clinic. A wing goes off to the right, but you pull up into what an otherwise lavish centerpiece. There's a vast fountain in the front, and you are bid off of the carriage, and there is about a 20-foot climb of stairs to get to this brassy center, and you're just sort of let out. And the carriage guy looks at you and sort of nods and doesn't really say anything because, I mean, there's only one way to go. But he's there if you have questions. But no one's there to greet you. You weren't, like, expected or anything. We are also backing up just a little bit because we spent so much time. So you guys had already walked in last session, but we'll just redo it, and there's some differences. So you step out. It's a little chilly out. There's still sunlight out, but it's early dusk. So in the east, which is that way, if you look at the front door, it's starting to cast the shadow, and these black woods are just sort of around this compound and go off in distances you can't see. So. You all step out.
Technically, we already have like a meeting. It's not like planned, but he's
They're-
available to see.
He seems to be available to see. You weren't expected earlier in the day. Last session we had essentially sent a messenger up,
Okay.
and you guys tried to come earlier, but wasn't available. Ended up coming later, and now just at sunset, you're available. So. You all step out.
Yeah, let's.
I feel like the vampire vibes thing has become basically a meme, but just as it's becoming dark out, we're gonna go meet him. I'm just.
It seems to be the only time he socially interacts.
Weird. Wonder why.
Yeah,
In a house
just with
made of
my
glass.
little bag with all
That happened
my
in
ledger and
13
everything.
Ghosts.
Did it?
What?
Yeah.
Let's just head up the stairs and go.
In your Sarah voice? All right. I know we haven't
What?
played D&D in a little bit, guys.
I'm not talking to anyone.
You're just walking up the stairs. So you start walking up the stairs, and you guys just start following.
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk up the stairs, they're very plain, and like the steps run 20 feet across both sides. So every step is 20 feet wide and about 6 inches long, and then you step. You get to the top. It's just a concrete slab, and then through 2 glass doors, you can see a sort of orangish hue from the inside, a fountain in the back, a gold fountain with a golden globe on top of it, and as I described before, depicts the world and as it's spinning as the light would hit naturally, as if it's keeping time. You see standing in front of the doors, but behind the glass, I guess, but like right in between them, motionless, a young woman. She has short, like perfectly cut, like a bob almost, think like Velma bob. Very, very slim face, just like rail thin but elegant. wears a simple robe, like white, carries a small tray that has some cups on it, and then she whispers something behind the glass that you can't hear, and the doors part. Hello. Welcome to the Carmine Estate.
Thank you.
And you may be? Please. And she turns with like this right angle precision that is, it's like jarring a little bit, just and turns and moves over, and you walk in, and the doors close behind you as you enter, and the room is filled with the sound of running water, and you can see as you step in, there's a hallway to the right and to the left, and then in front of you. And this is all glass fronted, but the back walls are not glass. They're made out of not the brassy color, but it seems like just a drywall, but very, very smooth and nice with a very slight pattern on it. If you got close to it, you would see it's almost just interlinking. It's not like interlinking. I want to say like strands almost of white and gray. The globe sits in the fountain, and the water sort of just moves around it in a circle, and it goes like into the wall and back, and you can see back behind the wall. It's a very strange but nice looking thing. And she looks at you, awaiting your introduction.
We're Anomalous Investigations.
Ah,
New business.
excellent. Well, Lord Carmine is waiting for you. Please, follow me. And she steps forward down the hallway.
Can I inside check her?
Yep.
Is she a doll?
You speak up a little bit, though?
Yeah, sorry.
Like whisper a little bit.
I get a answer. Not great. 9?
You're not sure? Definitely a little weird, and has a similar body style.
Yeah.
Continues to walk, and as you walk, you see rooms like in the wall with very sleek doors, all of which are made out of this deep black wood. And the handles are also made of this black wood. None of them are open, they're all shut. But there's no like decoration, but it is very nice. The floors here are made out of the brushed brassy thing, and they have a long crimson runners. They're luscious to walk upon. And as you follow the runner with your eye to the end of the hallway, there are 2 large doors. The ceilings, all glass through these hallways, of course. The sunlight coming down through there, but you can start to see the glass sort of like warbles the view a little bit. But as you get closer, the height of the dome starts to become more clear to you. As you can see, the 2 massive black wooden doors guard the entry to the glass dome. But without hesitation, she walks forward and opens the door in, both of them. And as the doors open, you step into a crystalline orb with a flat floor, by which the remnants of fading sun spray prismatic light in strange angles. So it's got a little bit of a iridescence to it. There's a kaleidoscope of light on the edges of things in this room. By some mastery of craftsmanship, the light also seems to bend toward the center, illuminating it with natural light, making it brighter than even the light outside as it collectivizes in this dome and centers. The edges of the dome, that go out 30, 40 feet, are littered with all manner of plants in different pots, different shapes and sizes, giving the space the humidity of a greenhouse, but not the stuffiness because it's so far away. As you stride to the center of the room, sitting in that light cast by the dome itself, is a desk wider than a giant stands tall, made of a shining, smooth black wood. It has dozens of carvings and reliefs worked into it, and they're not all of the same. It seems like maybe many hands had a take in what was carved into this. It's the only piece of furniture in this room. There's also a massive portrait of the family sitting awkwardly and sort of askew back behind that desk, maybe 15 feet, that depicts Carmine, you assume, who you assume to be Belinda, and what appear to be 2 children, about 7 or 8 years old, both of which are in wheelchairs. Upon the desk are a variety of things. There's a snow globe with no snow in it that depicts a family home, lying on some papers loosely, not affixed to a base of any kind. Mary starts to walk around the desk at this point and set the tray on. There's a padded felt tray of sorts that she moves, with a variety of expensive-looking pens, all unique, along with a dozen bottles of ink in a variety of different colors. Mostly, it's covered in paper and teacups, with little sense of order. He's using actually a rather peculiar set of keys as paperweights right now. As they sit down, you can see 4 keys on the key ring. A brass sphere, a crystal ball, a raven skull, and a rusty iron heart. And just as you're taking stock of all of this, the doors open again behind you. And the tall man pushes through, very lithe himself. Again, little like goatee that sort of comes down to like a little tip, a little bit of a mustache. Shortish hair, striking eyebrows, and a gaunt face. Not like sickly, but like a guy who forgets to eat from time to time. And
As he passes, I will do a little curtsy.
he walks in and he has like these like Bahamian robes on, like he's got a little sauce out. He's got like, it's like a robe. He's got like lounge pants on. He's not wearing shoes. He has a leather. He has a leather sort of cord that drapes around his neck and hangs something heavy down underneath the layers he's wearing. And he wears a simple wedding band. And then he has like this strange like little pin that he wears that looks like almost like a if you froze an egg yolk and then set it in silver, just right here.
Like it's like golden shiny.
Like a gold, like an egg yolk. Yeah, if you could freeze it in
Like
time,
an
I guess,
orb,
not like
sorta?
with ice, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you just solidify an egg yolk and still have it glossy and everything. And he walks in and he goes, "Oh, thank you, Mary. Hello, I'm Lord Carmine."
Hello.
He just stands on the other side of the desk, standing. Again, there's no other pieces of furniture in the room. And he says, "Please, you can take your shoes off or get comfortable, whatever you need." And he goes over and looks at Mary and says, "Thank you, my dear." And he grabs a teacup with a little cup and he sips some tea. And he looks at all of you and says, "Would you like Mary to fetch you some tea?"
I'm fine, thank you.
No, thank you. I'll be all right.
I am alright, thank you.
That's quite good. Okay, Mary, 2 more teas. And she heads out of the room, grabs the tray, puts it under her arm, nods, and then walks out the room, shutting the door behind her. Oops, I clicked a button. Boop. and he stands there, sort of like looming over you, like this, but like excited and yeah. What do you do?
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out a business card and hand it over to him.
And he goes, and he snatches it with his 2 fingers and he looks at it.
We are.
Anomalous investigations.
Yes, a new business.
Did I accidentally hire you for something?
No, in fact.
Oh, good. And he sort of just sets the card, just not like paying attention to where it's going, and he just puts it down.
Well, we are trying to start our business, and so we figured, why not come home and look for clientele here?
Home?
Yes, me and my brother from.
Oh, obviously not these 2.
No. But they are valuable assets, and
Of course.
we decided to look for clientele here, and well, you host some of the best parties, so figured maybe there would be people interested in what we have to offer.
You have a lot of information, it seems. Parties, you say?
Oh yes, we've heard rumor about gatherings, parties, dinners.
Fascinating. From all the way where did you hear this? You say came back home. From whence do you come?
Well, we're from Ebon Falls, but I personally have come from Odeon down to here.
Ah. Into that hibbledy-bibbledy. Are we? A little bit of that, still clinging to the past?
You could say that, yes.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. And you, a servant of yours?
No, she
I
is...
am a fellow business partner in this venture.
Oh, that's very nice. And what do you do in this business?
I drive the car.
I was going to say. I hear your people are quite adept at these new machines.
She's a very good driver, yes.
Excellent. Excellent. And so, your expertise must certainly exist in the, you say, investigations, reality.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. What kind of things do you investigate?
Well, we have been into the pit a few times in Ebon Falls. A couple delves.
You sound like adventurers. Like old-timey adventurers.
We're trying to distinguish ourselves from
Are you?
Correct.
such a thing.
Ah. Fascinating. He sets the teacup down and sort of looks at all of you. And so you think that you're capable of offering some services to people I might know, and you traveled all the way here for that?
Yes.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh boy.
You got this.
We're good at this.
Oh.
A 4. I rolled a nat 1.
All right, well, what I can do is see if there are any issues in the lower village, and we can see if you could be of some use around here. I suppose I could think of a few things. What? May I ask your vocations? You say from the homeland. You must, of course, be for the family. Ministry of what were you placed in?
Flesh.
Flesh. As am I. As am I. Ah, a practitioner of what?
Just surgery.
Surgeons. Ah, coming back into style after, you know. Yes, very good. Very good indeed. Well, I didn't know I was with a colleague. I'm fascinated. And he starts to ignore all of you except for you.
Preferred.
What's this guy? May I ask, what was your project in the Ministry of Flesh? See, we all have our little your studies or whatever. But, what did you pursue? What was it? You grew up in Lauralca, yes?
That's correct,
Well,
yes.
so the Ministry of Soil didn't have you at their tasks, obviously. It must be family in order.
Well, I guess our father is Dr. Baines.
Dr. Baines. I haven't heard of him.
Well, my project
No disrespect.
is not a problem. None taken.
I don't often deal in your part of the world. More of the speculative branch.
Fair enough. Well, my big project that was the focus on human betterment.
Yes. It's a noble pursuit, and one that is quite important for our country, young man. But please, why don't you follow me around the courtyard for a bit? Take a walk?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes. I'll show you the grounds, and we can chit-chat, and you can gawk at things while we have a shop.
While
do
we're
love to
walking
gawk.
around, I want to look for any other family portraits, paintings, evidence of children, stuff like that as we're going through. Just like take note of that.
Okay. Do you want to take a perception check inside this room while you're in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So what do you guys? What are you looking for?
I want
Just
to
wanna spam it.
inspect like the. You said there were like carved reliefs on the desk.
Yeah. There's carved
I
reliefs.
want to inspect those. And
Okay.
see.
There's also plants around the outside of the room, and then there's like what you can see outside. I mean, it's glass.
14.
Okay. What are you looking at?
I was
Specifically, children's stuff.
looking. Yes.
Okay.
12.
I'm just looking out because you said it's glass. Like, is there anything that I can see that's of note or interest
Yeah.
in terms of?
Sure. And what are you looking for?
I want to look at his degrees and stuff on the walls.
He doesn't have any degrees on the walls.
Anything.
He has papers on the desk,
Okay.
or there's plants along
Yeah,
along
I'm
the
good then.
ridge. Okay.
Chilling.
So we'll go with you first. Evidence of children. As you look around, you really don't see any. It doesn't seem like maybe they have access to this space. It's Dad's office or something.
Well, I was also okay.
You know what I mean? There is the portrait, of course. Besides that, do you want to try to walk around, or
While he walks us through the courtyard, keeping an eye open for anything related to that on the way out.
Yeah. The reliefs seem to be depictions of all sorts of different things. Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's animals, sometimes it's a scene. You can't quite tell if there's any rhyme or reason. It probably has some significance to him in his context, but it doesn't seem to have a motif that other than its randomness.
Yeah.
And then you were looking outside.
Yeah.
What's your perception check?
21.
21. Well, you can see that the office, this dome, sits on the edge of a hillside that overlooks a vast series of farmlands and orchards to the west. So back behind the desk from your perspective, so this way. North would be that way. You can see that in the summer months, these trees would likely be filled with like all manner of fruit, but the winter has made things very barren. To the right, towards the north, you can see a forest of dark trees that creep back over the hillside and start to fill in. They're still keeping their green leaves, but you can see aspects of barrenness within it, like there's other trees other than these big black ones. Through those trees, you see what looks to be a building built out of stones, blacker than you thought things could get, and the light dies upon its surface, like Vanta black.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay.
It's kind of hard to look at through the trees, but you can definitely see like a square, like a building. It looks like a just looks like a rectangular or square Vanta black block.
That stands out. Okay.
I have some other theories now.
To the left, south from the way you came, the long cobbled road leads down to the tiny village with no name. You recall passing a cattle pasture on the way up, though you didn't really see any cattle out. It's cold. And that's all you see outside.
Carmine.
What's he doing?
Licking.
Cleaning his foot.
Oh, I can't hear it. Turn your autism off for 2 seconds.
Everyone else heard it.
No. Everybody turn it off, because I have my tinnitus on, and it cancels out his lick. So, he starts walking around the big long table with everything on it, and he starts to usher you out the door for you to go ahead of him. Do you do so?
Absolutely.
Okay. He ushers you out, and he walks again with no shoes on, and he pulls the door shut behind him. And then he takes a couple strides and cuts left down. You can see 2 double doors that are black, and Mary opens them up without being asked to into the hallway. So you walk out to the left and into another set of double doors and a long glass hallway again, the right side of which has that same drywall with the sort of strands in it. And you see more doors, dozens of them, these black wooden doors with black wooden handles. And it's kind of a long walk, but you can see out the left side windows, and the ceiling. It's all glass. Kind of what you were seeing before. This sort of hillside, and it rolls down, and there's these beautiful trees back there that are holding on against the winter. And as he walks, he starts sort of just talking. And he says, yes, we built this not too long ago. It's quite different, isn't it? Do you like it? Only really asking Isaac.
I think it's quite nice, actually.
Yes, I thought so. Very different. I was very excited to start this little place. Tell me, when you say human betterment, what do you mean?
Well, the time I've just been trying to fix my own leg, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh, a malady, do you?
That's correct.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's not the problem.
Well, years in the Vale, sometimes we have had these problems in the past through our bloodlines. It is an issue. He doesn't continue the conversation as the hallway sort of turns right, and then there's 2 more doors. Then he walks out of them, and you are in a courtyard, and there's grass, and just sort of like this cobblestone path that leads forward to a nexus of paths that sort of scatter out back into the long pastures and down the hillside and into the woods. And at the crux of the path is a large black tree, similar to the other ones, but it has no leaves, and it's much bigger than the others. It's maybe 80 feet tall, and the boughs come out and they hang over top of this space, and it has like a little hole inside of it that you assume some animal lives in. As he walks you slowly along this path towards that tree, he continues to talk. Well, sometimes we do host the parties. You were right. It's very cold out here, but he doesn't seem to mind without shoes. The parties are normally only for those invited and that I know well. And so it seems you're trying to get a little VIP pass without being a VIP, it seems. So, do tell me, why should I trust you into my inner circle of such a thing? I mean, this is quite the ask, but this... I respect you asking me!
Well, what better way to do it than just do it? Trying to get in, and here we are. Talking with you.
Fascinating. You know what I respect about your generation of people? Especially this new breed of Larockians. Throw away the convention of what is expected of you. This was a ballsy move. If I was any other lord, be maybe a little more uptight about this. That's not a yes, by the way. But it's not a no. We are having a party tomorrow evening. Maybe you shall be invited. Maybe you shall not. We'll see. And he continues to walk. As you walk, you see a few landmarks. You all clock, as Ink sort of keeps looking at it, that weird black cube. It is a building for sure, though you don't know what it is, and it seems that one of the paths lead into the woods through that a little bit and to this cube. There are paths that lead into places that you can't see far into the wood. And then there is a path that leads into the wood off to the east a bit, but you can see it lines right up. There is what looks to be like the smoke of a chimney or something from out that way. As you look at the back of this place, it's essentially just two wings that come like this. Like you're standing here, and the front of the house is this way. It's essentially two wings that go like this, and then the front place that you got in his place. So it's sparse, but big. That makes sense. The rooms must hold stuff to live in or something, because it's an odd place to live.
Lord Carmine, is this your family home, or is this more of a business area?
Is this the family home? Yes, the family is on the premises.
Oh, it just seemed a bit lacking a woman's touch, if I might.
Whatever you mean, darling.
It's a bit sparse.
I thought the space was nice. He starts heading, you're about halfway through, and you're about to the large black tree, and he sort of begins to stand under it, and just sort of start engaging with all of you. So, tell me a story. What is, tell me, why would you end up in this party? What do you have to offer such a space of people? You see, I'm looking for select company in these types of environments. I work long hours and... Well, you seem dull. You seem a bit dull, if I'm honest. Should I...
Well, I, for one, am an author of some fame. Some of your guests may have heard of me. I can offer services in writing, transcription, translation.
I don't think we're going to be sitting down at a party and reading books or transcribing translations of old text. This is what you
He
have
does
an
have-
idea of a party?
He does have interesting stories to tell.
Interesting stories to tell is different.
I can tell stories as well.
You can tell a story? Tell me a story.
Well, I could tell you about. There was a young boy I knew once growing up in the northern part of the Zelleran nation, and in his early
He's
childhood,
fully drawn.
he was stricken by an illness, quite severe. He almost died many times, but eventually he was able to recover from his illness, and he found that he began to see and hear things that the other people around him didn't.
Madness.
Some thought.
Hibbledy-bibbledy. I like it. Okay, alright. If you bring your magic bullshit to the... I'm sorry. If you bring your customs to the party and you regale them with some of your fanciful mystic things... Alright.
I think I could do some things like that.
Yes. They'll like you.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
And you have been to functions before.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I have much work to do. You are free to stay within the establishment. There are rooms available for you. Find Mary and she will give you accommodations. No reason to stay down in that filthy village. You can stay here with the good folk. Get a taste of the good life. You are free to walk amongst the premises. If a door is locked, it is not meant to be opened.
Very
Fair
generous of you.
Thank you.
Yes. And, well, if you need me, I may be in my office. Please, enjoy the fresh air before the sun sets, and you can see, like, the rays of the sun are on him.
That's a trick.
That was on purpose.
Trick!
He's got a dome that we can't see that's blocking the sunlight out.
So,
I have another theory, though. We need to talk about that.
He starts to walk back, or not back that direction. He starts to continue towards the next set of double doors that seem to finish the loop, and he walks back in and just leaves you there. He doesn't seem to give a shit that you're here. At this point, you can also see, I'll say you clock 2 other people on the premises, both of which are at the edge of, like, your view. They're sort of around the corner, and next to what seems to be a small sort of like shrub like section on the outskirts of the the outside of the walls. Like, they have like shrubbery. They're starting to
The outskirts of the building, the walls.
trim for the winter to like keep good. You see an older man and an older woman, both with like floppy hats and like work clothes, sort of digging at things. And they have like a wheelbarrow and a whole thing. But they're just working on that. What do you want to do?
What was the servant lady's name?
Mary.
Mary? Was she here? Like,
She was not right here. He said go find her. You know where she was? She was back the way you came and down the hall.
Well, I'll start heading towards
Yeah,
her.
go get our rooms first.
Yeah,
and
to
Get
find
back
a
in
place
there?
to stay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you head back the way you came, passing the big black tree without leaves in it at the cross way of the path there. You go back through the double doors, take a left down the hallway, and you see Mary standing in the middle of the hallway, looking at you, and you kind of think maybe waiting for you to walk back that way. And she just stands there, and she's in her long white robes. And as you approach, she says with a pale face, "Your rooms are to be accommodated to your needs. Do you request anything?" And she turns, and to the right, 4 of the doors are open. And she's offering you lodging, and it's very plain inside. You can see a bed, a window to the outside that looks at the courtyard. You can see like a little nightstand, but very nice inside. Like everything is the tippy top of comfort. And she says, "This is just how it starts. If there's any requests at all for your comforts or needs, please ask me, and I will obtain it for you, including but not limited to food or other comforts, should you need anything."
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fine
Absolutely.
with this.
They lock from the inside. There should be a key on the inside of the door, and you can take it with you. Just leave it when you leave. Do you have any questions?
No.
And you see, as she stands there, she has those weird keys attached to her hip, with the brass one and the raven, and then
How are they? How secure?
they're like just on a ring on her, like on a loop on her belt.
Does it look like is it? Like does it?
You've
how does it
taken
attach?
keys like this before.
Okay.
I would definitely
Just
think that
noted.
you've gotten like a silver's a pig's keys.
I'm gonna bring my, my bag into my room and everything, and just start unpacking my stuff
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
laying it out nicely.
And as told, there's also a closet like behind
yeah,
the
I'm
door
gonna,
as you
hang
go
my
in.
clothes and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's essentially like a dorm room, but there is a key on the back that you can have to lock your stuff and keep it on your person if you want. And that's what's in the rooms. Unless you want to look around the rooms more. Or...
In the middle of unpacking everything, I would like to go talk to Isaac alone while they're unpacking their stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you walk into the room, and the two of you are unpacking. Just are you doing anything else?
Not at the moment. I'll figure something out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll play with the rat or something. Just like.
Okay, you pull a rat out in this guy's estate, which is funny. So you pull the rat out. Are you talking to him?
I'll just be like, yes, yeah, and I'll like play with them. I'll like use my tail as like a thing to get them to try and chase it. Or
He
something.
loves that shit. Best part. Okay, so you walk into Isaac's room.
Close the door.
You close the door.
Okay.
Isaac, did you see their family portrait?
Didn't really pay that much attention to it, no.
The children,
Okay.
they were in wheelchairs.
Okay.
What if he did something to his wife? Because, they didn't come out correctly?
Could be possible, but do
Go
we
and
know?
roll an intelligence check, Isaac. Just because of how your brain works.
20.
20. She says that, and it's been 2 weeks, so you get a free check.
Mm-hmm.
Belinda's only been with Carmine for 3 years.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Those kids are 7 or 8, though. Roughly.
Previous marriage.
Previous marriage kids that didn't come out right.
So, was there any record of him being married before?
Not that I know of. Don't know.
He had children out of wedlock.
Possibly.
Strange for someone of the Vales to do so.
Yeah,
That's
and
a strange
for someone
arrangement.
in high society.
Yeah, it's a strange arrangement.
Like, he's breaking every sort of rule.
Or they're just not his kids.
Why would he have 2 sickly children?
Could have been patience. He was Ministry of Flesh.
He would have adopted his patients. You're starting to sound crazy as time and ebb and falls. Have you forgotten?
No. Maybe. It is weird, but it does happen though. It is something that can just happen. But the other part of it, like the wheelchair part is fine, but the other stuff is definitely weird. Also, this place is weird.
It is very strange.
He's trying to hide everything.
He's not very. I mean, he doesn't have his shoes on around the house. It's strange.
Especially for a lord. Doesn't make much sense. Well, we have a party to observe at, hopefully.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe we have a look around?
Yeah, get the others, walk around for a bit. Tomorrow, maybe get some new clothes. If we get invited. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right. Something's off and I can't tell why.
Well,
But that's
okay.
it.
Get the glimpse walking around.
I'm gonna leave. Go continue unpacking my stuff.
Darling,
Yes?
why do you feel as though something is off? Why do you want children around?
It's not that I want them, it's just not typical in society to.
I hope there's food here.
There are lots of bad people here.
Are there?
Oh, yes, most of them.
Okay.
Hopefully, we'll get a chance.
We should go poking around. For
Oh.
food.
Right
I mean
now-
clues.
Right now.
Alright. You look fabulous. Fabulous? Fabulous today.
Thank you.
Your style's getting better.
I didn't know you had an eye for it.
I didn't either. Maybe it's spending time with you. Wonder if I'm changing you at all.
You might be.
Good. You need it.
I'm gonna have Mr. Buttons come out.
Mr. Buttons comes out in his little goopy cat form.
Mr. Buttons, could you do your best to keep yourself together while we're here? Thank you. And no wings for now.
Yeah, and I'll just have him try to look like a normal cat as much as he can. Close all of his eyes except for the 2.
He's
Right here and right here.
But they don't focus.
It's okay. I'm okay if he's a little
Yeah,
wonky.
he's just a little wonky-eyed.
I'm gonna be like, do your best to stay undercover. And I give him a little scratch.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if I have any snacks for him.
Are you
but-
sending him off to just fucking
No, I just
run amok?
I want him to follow me. I want him to look like a pet, like
Openly?
someone's pet. Yeah.
Okay. He's not fluffy.
No, but he could look like a sleek cat, you know? I feel like he's Vanta black enough that
He
in
is.
the dark,
He
he
is, yeah.
just kind of
Like
looks
you
like
can't
a
see
cat.
Ellie. You couldn't tell what texture Ellie is in the darkness.
Until you get real close, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Mr. Buttons is out and about like that. Okay. Anybody else have any preparations they want to make as they start this? You have Ricky the Rat. Who's there? Oh man, I'm tuckered out from all that playing. I like playing tail.
Very glad, Ricky.
Yeah, me too. I love you.
I love you too, Ricky.
You keep me safe.
I sure do.
He sort of rolls over to his side, and you can see he's been gaining weight because you feed him so many treats. He's losing the ability to protect himself from predators.
you made this rat reliant on you for survival.
He crawls back into his warm pocket. He takes in some lint with it, and he makes his little nest in your coat pocket, and he stays there until you need him.
Oh my god, he can use lint like a little pillow. It's
Yeah,
so-
he's got a little apartment in there.
He's so cute. He's gonna die tragically.
We'll see. Hannah never takes care of pets in games,
yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
exactly.
You see that? Like there was one spider. There was one spider.
You forgot he existed.
I know. It's because it was a spider.
There was also
was your
a
magical
whole ass
familiar.
person you forgot in the Hartnell.
Oh yeah, we left the guy in the arc for like
Too long.
Mistakes were made. Okay.
Right.
This campaign. It's fine.
It's gonna be different, Ricky.
Will be. Ricky will live.
Ricky.
Ricky will be the
Hashtag
big bad of
Ricky
Campaign
will
3.
live.
Hashtag Ricky will live. Okay, yeah.
Are you a Ricky No, we can have the fan base. Are you on side Ricky will die
Are you-
or Ricky will live?
It's the new Cobby.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'll find someone to make little tiny adamantine armor for a rat.
We'll see what happens.
We'll be fine.
Get him a Pokeball.
Does he rest upon the black orb in the pocket, like in the same pocket?
Yes.
Oh,
Amazing.
no.
Amazing.
What's this do? Oh god! His life force gets.
I'm just the luckiest rat ever.
Oh, Ricky.
Speaking of the black orb, I mean,
Yeah.
there it is.
I know. I'll use it if necessary.
Okay. You sort of touch it as Ricky. You sort of pet Ricky and sort of touch the orb at the same time and sort of give him like little hand scritchies, and it stays warm because he's in there. And so now it's never cold to the touch. It's always got a nice sort of body
Oh
heat
my
to it,
god!
like an egg.
Is it
An egg, huh?
An egg.
What if it is an egg?
Oh, I see.
What if everything's eggs? It's eggs all the way down.
Could be. So anything you need to do?
I'm going
Taught
to take
me
this opportunity
teleport
just
eggs.
to feel out the walls of my room and make sure that everything is normal
They didn't abort the
Euclidean
moon.
geometry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead and roll
'cause
me
that
an
one corner was, like,
investigation
bowing
check.
out.
It's
and ebb
okay.
and
The
falls.
dragon
Yeah.
shit out another moon.
24.
24. As you settle around the room, they gave you the corner room. It's sort of in that nook. You actually have one more wall. Everybody else has like these big window walls.
Get fucked, peasants.
Yeah, you start and you go and you touch it. And then when you get into the corner, it goes a little further than you expected it to go.
fuck?
You hear within it.
Did you follow me out there? Oh, okay. What are you doing here?
As you turn and the medallion sort of shows towards it, it sort of doesn't like it, and you can feel the geometry of the wall normalize a little bit, and then as you turn away again, as you're just talking, it sort of, you feel as though it's protecting you.
Okay. I'm just gonna back out of the room slowly.
Okay. The voices sort of like emanate from that corner.
I also want to try to catch Soren while we're wandering about.
Catch Soren?
Like, alone.
I mean, yeah, as this is happening,
You're just procuring all secret meetings with everyone? What are you
Yes,
doing?
except for
as,
What?
as this is happening,
I'm gonna
you are...
Because you're the fun police.
I'm not the fun police. I'm the murder police. Stop murdering people.
No, I don't think I will.
As that's happening, you get jump scared by a knock at the door.
Okay. Just double check everything and then go to the door, open it.
Okay, it takes like 30 seconds for him to answer the door.
Does he look a little...
Go and roll an insight check. Against his passive deception.
9?
9's probably not it.
10.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
So you look at him and you think maybe just from unpacking, you know, a little
Would you
shit.
like to get out of this room?
Yes, absolutely I would.
And he walks out of the room, and Ink is still in the hall in her room, and you can hear her pissing on the corner.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm walking away
you know
from
how
that.
you know how cats. That's canon now. That's
Cat
what happens
shit.
when you walk away. So
You piss in the corner specifically?
everyone just say.
She always pisses somewhere.
Everyone just say ink piss or something, and
She's squatting somewhere, or lifting her leg and pissing on a bookshelf. I don't know.
yep. If every time he leaves, there's a piss. That Isaac like leaves and goes down to the basement to piss.
Yeah.
Then definitely it happens. when she-
Okay.
Isaac pisses in the basement.
I don't know. There's wherever he pisses, or he went across to the. It's going across to the clam or whatever. he has.
Going to the clam.
Going to the clam. So you have Soren to yourself for a moment.
Would you like to walk around and maybe take a look at things?
Yeah, did you want to wait for the others? Or?
No. I'm just gonna start walking.
Which direction? Towards the office or towards the outside?
Towards the outside.
Okay, so you towards the outside, and you exit, and you enter the coldness of the air onto the paths. Is there a direction you want to go?
Not really. I kind of wanted to like make the round of the sort of outer perimeter of the building to like look at. I don't know. Like, is there any decoration, paintings, whatever? Just kind of look like I'm sightseeing the building.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. And then, what are you talking to Soren about?
Perception's dog shit. It's like 3.
Okay, I'll let you know what you notice as you talk.
Were you talking about yourself back there?
It was part truth, part fiction.
What was the fiction?
The illness, mostly. That
Jeez.
was more from my novel.
So you never got sick as a child?
Not anything not anything life-threatening.
But you started seeing things.
Pretty much as early as I can remember.
So it's always been there.
Feels like it, yeah.
Do you see stuff here at all?
Where do you look right now?
We're outside.
Mm-hmm.
Scan the tree lines.
You scan the tree lines, and the tips of the trees wriggle like worms. Like black worms.
A little bit, yeah. I can see the trees moving.
Are you able to, like, feel dead things or
What
where
do you-
bad things happened? Like the place we went, that orphanage.
Yeah, I still haven't. This dog is hip checking the shit out of me.
Darwin!
I still haven't figured out exactly how
Go
it
on.
works, but it
Hey.
does. It seems like places where evil
Lay down.
had happened, or
Sit.
or cruelty. But I couldn't do that before the orphanage.
I feel like that might.
The sensation feels like when the voices get intense, you can sort of like organize them and have essentially a grim psychometry.
Gotcha.
I don't know how you do it, but I have a feeling it might be handy here. If anything's gone awry.
Do you feel like something has?
Maybe. I wouldn't call it a feeling.
Smells funny.
What was that voice?
Mistress.
Oh. What do you mean? It smells.
Don't know yet. I'll let you know, darling.
Is everyone from the Vales like him?
He's an odd one, I will say. Most of us are a little more put together. Barefoot outside was a bit strange.
Ah, yes, that and, well, I was more specifically thinking of his lack of social skills.
He has some social skills, I guess, but what do you mean particularly?
He was very dismissive of Ink and myself.
Oh, yes, that would be normal here.
Oh, okay. Good.
Unfortunately, maybe we didn't prepare you very well, you and Ink, for the Vales, but you will likely not be taken very seriously here.
I guess I kind of assumed that you two were the norm and not, the polite ones.
That's a bit mistake.
Duly noted.
I think when we left, we might have been of more of a similar mindset, but so far, both of you have changed our mind on things, I think, a little.
At this point, you two are inside the hallway, and you see these two walking outside. But as you look out, the back wall of this is a window. It's glass. As you look out, you can see Mary staring at them from across the courtyard, inside one of the rooms through a window. And then she notices you and walks out, and leaves.
It's a bit creepy. Yeah. We should probably catch up with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
As your
Yeah.
conversation continues, as they start to catch up.
Hello.
Hello?
As they're walking up.
Oh, they didn't have to be there right then.
Oh, I thought they were literally walking up on
no.
us right now.
No. I said they saw you come across the courtyard. They'd sprint to your fucking.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
We just
though.
Teleport right there. What's up?
Yeah, you have some time if you wanted to finish your conversation more privately, but
I don't really know.
you don't have to.
I
I'm
didn't
just-
really have anything.
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
As you do so, you continue to sort of walk towards that big black tree, and you hear the doors behind you open, and you see these two exit.
Ah.
And
Hello,
towards
it
you.
has been minutes since we saw you out here, and we walked all the way here every moment of it. How are you?
Yep. Yeah, and so there you are.
How's the walk?
Good. I just realized that perhaps maybe we didn't prepare these two well enough for the customs of the Vale.
Probably right. They are a lot worse than we are.
Being weird about the people who are different is a custom? I don't know about that.
It's the culture.
Right. Alright, so by the way, Mary has been watching. You guys, probably us. Just so you know, we saw her staring at you. So we should probably assume we are being watched most of the time here. Even if we are not, there is a chance we could be.
Good to know.
I'm curious if she's also a doll.
She seemed very
Precise.
programmed.
She's an ideal. I expect that she would be incredibly loyal to her lord, so.
Well, I guess we'll just have to keep an eye out for her and make sure that she's not eavesdropping.
Not a bad idea.
Can I look back at like the house and see if I see like
Yeah, roll perception check.
2?
Looks
Yeah,
good.
it's okay.
It's kind of hard now. The sun's getting pretty low.
Sounds getting pretty
Really
low,
low.
big guy.
So, sun's getting pretty low. So, the visibility's not great on that side of the house that she was on. It's better on the side that you came from because the sort of rays. But yeah, here you are.
Have you seen any indication of any other family members walking around?
Nothing else, no.
Just the photograph.
Yes, me either. Yeah.
I assume it's like eerily quiet here.
It's pretty quiet, but there's noises of like
Yeah.
birds and stuff. Do you want to like look around and get a stock of like the
Kind of wanted
environment?
to go outdoors because I feel like sound would travel a little less
Yeah.
than in an echoey building.
You can roll a perception check, see what you see.
Big empty building means
Darwin,
forces
that's my
carry.
foot, bro. Can you not lick it? Disgusting. 14.
14.
You're disgusting.
You're
Licking the
disgusting.
bottom of my sock.
He just thinks your feet smell good.
He's in the feet.
you-
Darwin would lick your feet.
You do hear.
Darwin is a frequent contributor to WikiFeet.
He is. You
He's an ad man.
hear the sound of birds mostly, and other like frogs and things like that. Or I guess not frogs. It's wintertime. You hear, yeah, like birds mostly, but it is pretty quiet out here. Wind a lot, like going through. It's like got that. It happens outside here because we have a particularly whistly tree. So yeah, you hear a lot of that. It's not particularly blustery today, but you can see that there's like some of that like spiraled flurry, barely snowing, a little bit going on when wisps of air. So it's chilly. It's probably about as chilly as it is right now outside. So pretty cold. You can see again that sort of black building, but beyond that, somewhere in the woods, you can see, like a collection of birds circling. Not like a crazy amount of birds circling,
So loud.
but like half a dozen or something.
Could just be a dead animal.
That's what you see, though. Oh, and the smokestack.
Would I? Okay.
Yep.
I don't think I would. I think I would know that it exists. I would have never been like in Larock in the city, places to shop. Like if we were to go
Yeah.
get nice clothing for this
To
soiree
go
tomorrow.
back to the Rock, it would be.
Do we have any sort of time for that?
I mean, you're more dressed than he is.
I thought
I guess that's true.
was
I
gonna say,
made them
thought we-
nice
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah, because
You
I took
have
my
nice clothing,
jacket
yeah.
off.
Oh,
My
yeah.
AC is
You already
Yeah.
prepped that.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, that's
No.
true. That's true. That's true.
But you don't.
I made sure everybody looked nice.
Your cart guy is paid to go here and then go back once.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can use him to do that, but.
I guess I'm going to try to keep an ear out or an eye out tonight while the rest of you sleep.
We could. I mean, he did give us permission to roam the house as well. We could see if there's a more homely wing.
Maybe a
Alright.
comfy place,
Could
a
be.
lounge, something.
Yeah, as long as we don't go into any locked rooms.
Hit every room in the house.
We're out and search for some sort of lounge area, I guess.
I mean, you guys.
Exploring the house.
The only wing you haven't walked through is the one that you saw Mary standing in.
Let's go.
Let's go
Yeah,
to the
let's go.
haunted wing.
Creepy porcelain doll wing. No offense.
So you walk to it, you open the doors, and it looks like an identical wing to the other side of the house. It has many rooms with black doors and black knobs. She was standing in one of them, and it goes down, and you walk the length of this. The doors are not marked. You walk the length of this, and there is, at the back of this, a swinging door that one could push through.
Let's go.
I'm gonna as we go check the doors.
Okay.
Oh my god, there's gotta be so many
I agree.
unlocked probably.
How many? All of them?
Let's try two, and the first two that open and
They
see
both
what-
open.
Ooh, what's in them?
The first one is a supply closet,
What's in it?
like a broom
Is it a nice broom?
and other cleaning chemicals and things, like really classic, like ammonia, like
Okay.
a
Like a
bucket, like just stuff to clean the place, window stuff.
You ever played the Stanley
rags.
Parable?
No.
Okay.
And then the second room is a room much like the ones you're staying in.
Okay. That's it. I'll close
And you're
the
pretty
door.
sure that's the one she was standing in. Is this one?
Can I look around to see if she's still in here?
Yeah, you pop your head and she's definitely not in
Okay.
here. If she is in here, she's melted into the wall. You don't even need to make a perception check for that.
Can I go to the window to see what her perspective was for?
Yeah, you go up to the window and you look out, and you can see she would have a clear view of where, like, that pathway.
Yeah.
You just see the opposite side. You can see that you could have watched Isabella in her room. You could have watched her walk out through the double doors and then out towards the middle of the tree. And then by the time you get to the double doors, you can't quite see around that side. But you can see that there is. Go and roll me a perception check.
8.
Okay.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, we are failing perception.
Guys,
for
we're a really good
investigators.
detective agency.
I'm
Yeah.
good at investigation.
So
Me too.
while that's happening, the other three are walking down the hallway. Are you waiting for Ink before you go through the swinging door, or no?
No.
You push through, and the swinging door reveals a kitchen. And there's a stainless steel sort of like island in the middle, and some very clean, like meticulous work surfaces. An oven that's like perfectly clean. You see knives hanging up on like a magnetic strip. You see pots hanging. You see a kettle and many teacups. And that's been used like recently. There's like a burner with a kettle. And standing in the corner motionless, staring at you, not reacting necessarily abruptly, is Mary. She goes, "Oh, hello."
Hello, didn't mean to wander here. We were just looking for... Is there like a lounge?
Your rooms should be able to accommodate any lounging needs. Do you require some seating or some pillows or some other thing for your rooms? Tea. And she motions over towards the tea kettle.
No.
I suppose some seating would be helpful, so we could sit as a group and not individually.
Yes, like a common area, sort of.
I will see what I can do. I will find you at your rooms at your nearest convenience.
Thank you.
Yes. Should you need anything else?
I think I'm alright for now.
Yeah, I think we're
Yes, I think we're
good
good.
for now.
Excellent. All right. And then she offers you back the way you came, or through the other swinging door, or through a door that's not swinging, that leads towards, you assume, the fountain room.
Let's go to the fountain.
Yeah.
Sure. As I've gone through, all the locks and stuff just look like the normal locks on our doors, right? That are
Yeah, the
locked from the
interior
inside.
fixtures of the locks are made of metal,
Okay.
in like an iron housing, but they are covered in that deep wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys walk to the fountain room, and you start hearing the swashing of the water. It's very pleasant in here. And you can see down, out over the staircase, just a beautiful view. You look up at the fountain, and it just looks like the world, and you see the part of the world that you're on is just now cresting into full darkness. You can see other continents that you may or may not have information on, but that players do. So.
Is it like fully mechanical, the fountain?
Yeah, go ahead and make it like an investigation check or some other kind of check to understand it better, if you, depending on what you want.
Investigation, yeah. 23. Wait, 22.
Yeah, sure. It does. It has a post that goes down into the water that you can't see unless you were to dig around in the water. The post comes out, and it's this brassy post, and it turns, and then the globe itself is this wide piece, and then the light is a it sort of has like a shutter on it that aims the beam in a way that mimics the light of the sun.
Neat.
It's a fascinating timepiece.
There's lots of interesting things here.
And then halfway, well, as you're investigating it, halfway, like the wall meets it halfway in. So the second half of the fountain, that's still just a circle, goes back behind the wall, and it's sort of like this. It makes the wall go like this. Or I guess from your perspective, like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lots of things here made entirely mechanically with no magical assistance.
We didn't go by that black
Yeah,
bill.
speak up. I
Oh,
don't know if
sorry.
I'm deaf or you're all
It's
all
probably
like
because
really
it's
quiet.
been like a couple weeks. Not
Yeah.
used to it. We didn't go to that black, like really black building yet, did we?
No.
Did we want to go? Did we want to go and try and look at that building? It looked weird. Like the outside was super black.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Just seemed
Might
like a
as well.
suspicious
I don't
building.
know if we're allowed there, but
If the door is locked, then we're not. He said go anywhere unless the door is locked.
So you're heading through the fountain room towards his office and then up near your, towards his office and then towards the places you're staying and then out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you walk down the hallway towards his office, you can see him standing behind the table. The doors are open. He's standing there and he's just sort of like hands spread and he's looking at things. And then he's referring to something and then he starts writing something down. And then he gets up and he sort of like walks around for a bit and then he notices you all and then he nods and acknowledges you as you keep walking around back towards where your rooms are and out the door eventually and out into the cold.
Yeah.
And as you exit the door, the door's open and you hear
Maybe jump.
as there's an older woman with a big floppy hat pushing a wheelbarrow nearby, and she goes, "Oh, goodness me! You scared me. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were having guests."
Oh, sorry about that.
Apology accepted. And she continues to move.
While she's here, I'll be. Excuse me, ma'am.
She sets it down and turns in your direction. Yes.
I was wondering, have you seen the lady of the house? We just wanted to make sure we could pay our respects since we are here. We already saw the Lord.
The lady of the house is around tending to the children.
Oh, okay. Have you, okay. Well,
And then she
I'm
grabs
sure
the wheelbarrow and starts walking away.
Alright.
I tried.
She takes the wheelbarrow and she walks down the path. She walks around the tree and off, we'll call it northeast, towards that smokestack. But you are heading in the opposite direction down the path towards the black building in the woods.
Yeah.
You begin to head into the dark woods. You follow the path. It's cobbled, but not necessarily swept all the time. So you can see like leaves and stuff sort of cover the path at times, but it's walked enough to where it has like a clear direction. You begin to walk, and then you can see that you're going to head into the tree line as this path sort of curls down a hill, and these black birch trees are sort of just lining, almost like they pushed to the forest and then they stopped all at the same spot, like a very, very curated. And as you pass through, things get darker quickly, and you find yourselves not having a lot of light. How do you want to deal with that?
I do have the crocodile lamp.
Crocodile lamp?
Yeah, pull it out.
Okay. Boop. And roll for light. Who's you, Biff?
4.
G. Green. So a green light through the dark forest.
Can I ask you, do you want to make that like maybe a color that's easier to see in the nighttime?
Tap, 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 until it's like yellow or something.
Let's do it.
Oh my
Oh
fucking
my
god.
god!
Let's just say
Go roll
The round is 1,
red,
4,
green again.
3.
There you go, yellow. So it
Tap,
takes
tap,
3.
tap.
Because it takes an action to do so. So for about 18 seconds, she's trying to figure out her LED light. So she does, and the eyes of the crocodile glow brightly yellow, and cast
That was the candle on its head.
or the candle on his head. That's right. That is right. You know what's fascinating about the candle is, I'll say at this point, in the 3 months of downtime, you definitely know the magic part is just the candle.
Yeah.
Okay. But you keep the
Wait,
crocodile
so
on
the
it.
crocodile head is.
Wait.
Does
thinking
she know
about
this
that-
or the
She
we?
knows this.
But it
God damn it.
floats.
It floats because it's what the
Wait,
candle.
I'm gonna break it off and. Does
So
the
you,
candle
I'll
just
say
float?
I'll say you've done this, and the candle does just float. Yes.
Oh shit!
Do you want
Puts
the
in the bag.
crocodile on it?
I'm putting the crocodile head in my bag though.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like this dried, like crocodile. Yeah, so just the candle floating, and then the wax sort of like drips and disappears.
Has the candle gotten any smaller? It's just
You
eternally-
definitely feel like it gets smaller, and then every time she turns it on, it's fine.
Magic candle.
Yeah. Like if you were to sit there and watch it burn, you're sure it goes down. You see the wax going. You can see
It's like one of those gifts that looks like it's constantly
Oh,
burning,
yeah.
but
it's like the
not.
chocolate bar,
Yeah, yeah.
which is a lie, but
Don't ruin my dreams.
infinite chocolate life hack. So you're lit with a yellow light. 8 is white, by the way.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna keep going.
That's hilarious. Just tell me how long it takes to get to 8. As you walk and the light changes, you get to...
Do you have to tap it off and on, or can you directly change the color? Is this
You
like...
have to tap it and
To
wait.
change the
and tap
color.
it and wait and tap it and wait. You still got an 8. Okay. She's still fucking with the lights while you get to this crossroads. And the path splits off into 5 directions. The way you came from, left, a little left forward, straight forward, and to the right.
I did it.
12. Yeah. 72 seconds.
Yeah, wow, it takes a while. It takes a while.
It's the one thing that holds her attention.
Yeah. So,
We did it.
the candle lights your way and floats right next to you. Yeah, and the path branches into 5 pathways. The one you came from, left, which you assume is towards the black building, sort of forward and left a little bit, which is somewhere you don't really have indication for. Continues straight and then all the way to the right. That maybe is back towards the smokestack.
Black building.
So all the way to the left.
Yes.
Okay. You continue to walk. The path goes from new cobblestone to very old cobblestone. It doesn't seem many... I mean, it's used. This path is used, but it doesn't seem like it's been repaired in a little bit of time. And as you approach, you can see that the trees around here are very large. Like they're the oldest trees around in this forest. And they are, I'll say it's pretty obvious as the building comes into view, and it's about 15 feet tall, 15 feet wide, and it goes back a ways. You don't really know from here. Not super big. But at the corners of the buildings, about 10 feet off the edge, are these massive trees. Big, black trees, much like the other ones, but much older. And it is simply a black building. It has what you assume would be doors if you follow it up. The light here makes it really hard to look at. Do you follow up to the path?
Yeah.
Okay, you get up to the path and you can see that the light reflects barely enough for you to see that. I guess the only thing that pops out to you are two iron black door like knocker pulls. That these two 10-foot tall doors open up, and it seems almost like a crypt. But like not in like the stone here is clean. You don't know if it's being cleaned, but it certainly is clean. It doesn't have like dinge on it or the wear of time. It's almost like the 2001 Space Odyssey Black Obelisk.
So
Sort of
it's
just like really sharp corners.
Is it like obsidian, like rock, like just solid fucking rock?
Doesn't seem like obsidian because obsidian has like
yeah, like
little
wavies.
pieces in it. It's when you look up, when you want to touch it,
Yeah.
you touch it and it's very dull to your senses because you
I know.
You touch it.
Mhm.
Go ahead and what are you trying to discern from it? Just at first touch, it's soft. It's softer than you. Not like it doesn't give. It's just like the finish is like really well smooth wood, but cold like stone. And very very like it's definitely hard and it's taking on the chill of the air around it.
Does it seem like the color is natural to the stone, or is it
Yeah.
like painted? No, the stone is that
It
color.
feels like it's definitely that color. You want to pull it open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you open it, and it sounds like a big stone
It just
door opens. It just opens.
It's
It
unlocked.
just goes.
It's unlocked.
Oh, cool. This isn't a trap.
Immediately, you notice that your breath sort of mists in the air in front of you. It's colder in here than it is outside. It is very, very dark, as you can imagine the inside of a Vanta Black cube to be. So you step inside, and your light shines out from the candle. Is there anyone else doing any light things? Because I will tell you right now that bright light is dim light in this place, and it is very hard. So if you have anything else you can add to the light, otherwise we're going to have a difficult time.
So it's like, is my night vision like halved or something? Like
It's essentially just way darker in here than you are able. Like there's not light to pick up in your dark vision.
Gotcha.
I have 2 flasks of oil left, so
Do you want to start some lantern?
Yeah, I
action?
can start up my bullseye lantern.
Okay, so you get the lantern going, you undo it, and with 2 light sources in here, you can start to see what is in here to the left and right. Like the it's a 15-foot wide thing, but the pathway in the center is maybe like 4 feet, and it doesn't widen until the back of the room when it must bow out a little bit or something, or the space in here is different. The geometry allows it more space. You're not sure how it works. And in the walls are dozens of what look to be like plaques. They don't depict anything. They're just like they're made of a different substance than the Vanta Black thing,
There's,
like
like,
something that you can
nothing
carve
on them?
into. There's nothing on them, but there are handles. This gives you the vibes of a mausoleum.
Yeah, that's how.
And as the light from both sources sort of moves around, you guys sort of take stock. The back of the room, like looming over the back of the room, on the back wall is a massive relief of ravens sitting in the limbs of a dead tree. There must be some trick of the light that causes it to feel like it moves and like the birds sort of shift, but they don't if you stare at them. But it feels like it as the light dances over them. And then on the floor in the corner is a large vase with a single plant in it. The only thing that isn't just walls or relief or Vanta Black. And it is a strange, it's, I guess it's sort of a, what's strange about it is that the leaf looks nondescript that's on it, and it's just like one broad leaf that sort of sits down, and then the stem sort of like loops up and into the pot. Yeah, that's what you can see from this distance. And those are the things you see in here.
What the fuck?
And I would also say that at this point, you're just sort of walking around, and Mistress, it smells terrible in here. There's no food at all.
No food at all.
Ugh.
There's a difference between no food and terrible. What smells terrible?
Ugh. I think it's that. I think it's the art.
The art?
She sort of
Tree.
makes your head turn towards the relief on the back of the wall.
I'm gonna go closer to it.
Okay, you go closer to it, and it. Oh God! What quickly, darling? What do you want to do?
Can I investigate the mural more closely? Because I know one of the keys that the servant had a sort of a raven motif.
Is there a keyhole?
So that's basically what I want to look for. It'd be hard probably on the surface.
I want to look at how the relief is carved in. Like, could I tell what tools or how is this made?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a. How it was made? Do you have any skill in art history?
I guess I'm
Like-
more trying to tell if it's. Does this look like it was machined or handmade, or does it look like possibly magically made?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
You're looking at it for what?
a keyhole or
Just a
anything that
keyhole.
looks
You
like
roll an
it's-
investigation check. Are the two of you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the lantern and I guess just sweep the plaques to see if any of them have anything engraved in them yet.
Okay, go ahead and do it a perception check.
I'm good. I'll watch our back just to make sure no one's like
Okay.
staring at us
So
and
you-
watching us.
Step out. Go ahead and give me a perception.
10.
10 investigation for.
That was Arcana.
You don't know how it was made. As you touch it, it feels flat.
But there's a relief in there, and there's no groove or anything to see. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
19.
19 for a keyhole.
Mhm.
How long do you want to look?
Like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Imagine it'd be difficult to see how dark it is.
So you're looking around, and you're feeling around for some kind of keyhole. While this is happening,
8.
yeah, there's no like names or anything on there, but it definitely seems like just a quick count, maybe over 50 in here. No one seems to be coming down the trail.
I rolled a 21, by the way.
Okay. With a 21, I'll say the only thing you do here that piques your interest at all is from the north through the woods. You hear?
Nope. I'm fucking out of this place.
Like in a
See
distant,
ya.
like bounces off the trees, like it's pretty
Yeah.
far away.
That's near the smokestack area, right?
No.
Oh?
The smokestack area would be east of here.
Oh.
Looking for a keyhole. It does. It feels flat. It's really hard to look at. And then just about as you're about to give up, your finger goes.
I'm gonna try and pick it.
You try to pick it.
Why don't you try to lift the
Wait. You think that'd be better? Yes. But what if I get caught and then how do I explain?
What if they know that you opened this door somehow?
It is true. It could have more than... With all of the extra mechanical stuff, it would probably be better to get the keys, because there could be some anti-tamper something.
Yes.
So now I just have to...
We will remember that this is here.
Yes. If we do come across Mary, can you distract her, try and occupy her, and I will try and grab the key?
Sure.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to do this the next time we see her, or do we want to wait things out?
We can wait. At least we could wait until tomorrow, honestly.
We'll see how the party goes.
Okay.
So, that's what you find in here, unless you want to try to do anything. You haven't looked at the plant. There's a plant. It's the only organic thing in this place.
Plant, I guess.
Okay, you get down towards the plant, and it looks like the leaf has like a little like standing water in it.
What's a leaf shape like?
It's like a big, broad, flat leaf. Almost looks like a spade, but it's about this big. And then it sits on the ground, and it sort of cups up a little bit and has some standing, like, clean-looking water in it.
I'm not gonna touch it.
Do either of you recognize that?
Try to make a nature check if you want.
It can't hurt.
I'll try. 17.
12.
You both sort of look down into it, and somewhere.
He's over here.
And you look down in there, you look at the leaf, you look at the thin little line that goes into the pot, and it doesn't like have like a lot of stuff in it. It just sits in the dirt, and it has one thing comes out of it, sits on the ground. With a 17, I'll say that you don't know what this is necessarily, but at the bottom of the very clear water, there are about a dozen like shells of flies, like black flies.
That was Alex saying smart.
It seems to be a carnivorous plant of some kind.
Why would it be in here?
To keep bugs away, probably.
Seemed like.
Why would they need to keep bugs away?
I don't know. It kind of looks like a mausoleum, perhaps behind the locked whatever. Maybe it's
Dead bodies,
Could be.
flies.
Mistress
diseased
is-
flies.
Uncomfortable with the smell here. That could make sense.
no one.
Whatever
might
the smell is also drawing flies.
Yes.
Flies like dead things.
You
If there's flies, it's
let anybody
recently
know?
dead.
Let anybody know what you heard?
Going to. I'm fucking terrified.
If there are flies, then it means that it must be recent death, recent decay.
But none of these plaques are carved in. There's no names, nothing.
So it's like a family mausoleum.
Might be. This part is open, but the where the actual bodies are kept could be more private. Thus, the key situation.
I suppose so.
To add to the spookiness a bit, I was up top watching and listening to make sure we weren't being watched, and I heard some laughter coming from the woods.
Laughter?
Yeah, like high-pitched.
Children?
Yeah.
Like the laughter of a child
Mm-hmm.
in the woods.
That could be good.
Like
Maybe it's
Correct.
the
Yes,
kids.
that doesn't sound good.
At this hour, though.
How
How late
late
is
is it?
Sunset, just
Yeah,
past sunset, about
It's not terribly
maybe
late.
half hour, 45 minutes.
It could close to kids' bedtime. I don't know. I don't know what normal kids go to bed.
But this hour in the woods alone.
Maybe they're not alone. Maybe their mother's with
I
them.
only
Maybe
heard-
we're being suspicious for nothing. Maybe it'll turn out this lady just doesn't like her dad, and we're crazy. Either way, I think we need to investigate. It's relevant.
It's why you're here.
Yes, it is. It's in the name. We chose the name. It wasn't.
So
To the
let's just continue our tour and leave this behind.
Do you want to cut through the woods in the direction you heard that?
Sure.
yeah.
You do.
Yeah, like
Oh.
what if it's a lost child?
We like we're
Okay.
we're investigating.
As you step off,
And we
the
heard a lost child. in
as
the
you step
woods.
off the trail and head north, I need a survival check
What?
as you travel in
okay.
the woods.
From everyone?
From one person who is
Just one.
leading the
Not
group.
me, not me, not me.
Who is leading the group through the woods.
Who's the survival person? Because we got +1, baby.
I mean, I'm neutral, but I have the lantern, so I'll roll.
You were in the military.
I was not a soldier.
He's a writer, not a soldier.
13?
Don't you still have to go through basic training? Like, here's how to build a fire and not die. I don't know.
13. Yeah.
As if he probably wasn't just drafted and thrown in a fucking like pit somewhere.
How to build a fire is step 1.
It was
press
how to dig a
vegetation,
trench and take a shit.
And then you have a fire. It's very easy.
You step through the woods, and as you do, the sounds of the woods get very quiet pretty quick. Maybe about 10 feet into the woods, the sounds of the birds sort of stop. And you start to crunch through the leaves, through these dark birch trees. Which you can tell are birch now that you're close to them. These dark wood, like it must be. It's the same dark color as everything else in the house. They must have sourced it from this forest, and it has big old ream like pieces of black birch bark paper on the trees themselves. You all hear the sound of birds in the up ahead, and they stand out against the silence that the birds in the area are now giving. So they sort of help you move forward towards that space. And as you do, like it's a little lumpy in here. Like you ever been in like the Midwestern woods? It's not always just like a flat forest. It's a lot of ditches, natural ones, a lot of lumps. That's all happening, and you start to see with your lantern out ahead. You start to see the trees are starting to get a little more sparse, and you see a stony structure, maybe hip height. Up ahead, you can't quite tell what it is from this distance, but you can see a short stony structure.
There's something made of stone up ahead. I don't know if it's maybe a well. Or
Well,
Just
seems
keep-
possible.
Walking towards
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Take some steps forward, and you break a second tree line, kind of. There's still some sparse trees, but it's not as thick for a moment. And you can see that this area is setting a little bit lower. You sort of like walk down into it. And in the center of it is a huge, by area of width, not by height, like a well. It has like this big sort of like, I guess, stone place where you could like stand on it to get into the well, which is not typical of like a cheap well. And the well itself looks like it was formerly quite well made. It has been in disrepair for some time. And there is just the little thing, and the rope goes all the way down to the blackness of the well, and there's what you assume is a bucket. It seems like there's tension on the rope, but from that well, there is a path that leads back towards where you assume the Nexus probably led, so you probably didn't have to walk through the woods to get here. But it seems like here used to be maybe some old buildings or something long ago, and they got torn down and moved.
Is there like a footprint left behind or something?
You mean like a footprint, like a tracking a human footprint? Or you mean like a
No.
footprint of the
Of the
stuff?
building,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
where
yeah.
you would see where a
Yeah,
building
there
would
is.
have been.
There is a little bit. It just looks like a small, the foundation of a small building, maybe a home at the time, maybe a shed, but it wasn't very large. Like brick, maybe it's got like a basement area to it, but it's long been overgrown. And there's a well, and atop the well, above it, in the sky, are some birds. And you do see one as you walk up to it. There is one bird sort of at the edge of the well, sort of picking at something with its back to you, like. What do you do?
Can I see what the bird is like picking at?
You are all whispering to me tonight. You can see what the
Sorry.
bird is picking at?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to sneak up to the bird?
Yeah. I'm a cat.
Okay, you can. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Do you do the butt wiggle first?
Of course.
Like,
This
what-
is mandatory. Was this a
Hunter
stealth
mode.
check?
Yep.
25?
25 is very sneaky as you see ink get up to it, and you can get pretty close to this thing. It seems to be like a crow, like an older crow, a big one, and it's picking at like an animal bone or something. You can't quite tell what it is, but it looks like the maybe an inch or two long segment of vertebrae,
Does
and maybe
it
some
look,
ribs are attached to it. And
it looks too small to be anything humanoid, though. It's like animal, definitely. Like small.
unless this crow got into the abortion game.
Is
This is
Randy
now
secretly
a
playing the
Bloodborne.
crow?
We don't know.
Everything's a fetus.
R.I.P. Brandon Lee.
The crow, Brandon. Wow. So, that's what you see as ink sort of sneaks up on this bird.
I'm gonna spook the bird. I'm just gonna be like, boo! Because I
The
can.
bird goes away, and at the bottom of the well you hear.
Like a slurp?
Maybe?
I'm gonna go.
Or something moving against something, or
Can I
can't quite tell.
go look down?
squelch.
Yeah, I
into
want
the
to look
well?
at the in the well.
You're gonna go over to the well and
Yeah.
look down into the well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you putting your light down into the well?
I don't want to drop my candle. But
Floats.
I know it floats, but I don't want anything to snatch my candle either.
Okay, so you sort of peek in. Go ahead and give me
So no-
perception checks with disadvantage because it's dark.
Oof.
4.
3.
4 and 3. You can hear
Hello. Like a rat.
was a rat, I would understand that.
Can I test the crank? And see how
As
much
you're looking
resistance
down,
there
you
is?
hear as Soren goes and sort of cranks it a little bit, and you feel there's definitely weight to it because it's not like a pulley system; it's just a rope on a pole. And so you do you want to crank it up?
Yeah.
If no one stops me, yeah, I'll keep
So
going.
you start cranking it up. Where are you in this?
Just watching.
From how far? Where are you?
Stand back a little bit, about 10 feet.
About 10 feet. You're sort of watching. And while that's happening, you hear.
I'm gonna just have my gun out, just in case. I'm not gonna aim it at anything.
You
Trigger
have your gun
discipline.
out, and as you get it to about 10 feet down there, and you can start to see the top of the bucket, the two of you looking in. And then Soren sort of leans in. At the top of the bucket, you can see the bucket is filled with like the dry, sort of like roadkill corpses, like squirrels and little things. And as you keep, they're like dried out, like you know how like you dies and it stays in the sun. Like remember that squirrel that died? Like a bird dropped a squirrel in our fucking driveway.
Oh yeah.
And it was just all like stiff and
yeah.
you can see that's been happening. And as you lift it up, it's filled to the top, like
With
it, and they start falling
corpses?
off of like like squirrels and rabbits and little weird animals that you'd find in the forest around here, and they're all like old and dried out. And as you lift it up, it comes to the top, and you're all sort of like looking at the bucket. Anything you want to do?
Soren, you know that thing you do?
Which one?
The bad stuff has happened to you thing?
Yeah.
This is starting to feel like.
Usually I have to kind of recreate the thing. I don't know what happened to. I mean, this is just animals.
As you're sort of holding that, you can feel there's like a wiggle in your hand.
And there's nothing.
Nothing in your hand, like it's like tension from the bucket.
Yeah.
And you look down at the bucket, and you see the bottom of the bucket move underneath the bucket, and the bucket's about this big. And you see a spider, and then two big ones come out of the well. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Wait, giant spiders?
Big old spiders! It's spider time!
That's a shame.
Not expecting.
Big old
Could
spiders!
have been worse.
It's not expecting that.
Well,
Who's throwing roadkill down a well to feed spiders?
Are they feeding the spiders?
It could just be that like the animals and stuff fall into the well and
I
then
was
they
gonna
can't
say, or
get
did
out.
the spiders nest here?
Maybe.
we have
Okay,
a
why is every
battle
squirrel in the forest
cam!
jumping in the well?
They might.
They're not. It's like a burrowing spider's nest, you know, like a trapdoor spider.
In the well?
Maybe.
I just have this. There you go. Here's some bushes. I forget what this is called, but I couldn't. Kerning? No, that's
What?
That's spacing for
what is.
lettering.
I'm thinking of chinking, which is not what that is. That's
It's putting
it's the stuff you put inside of a
mud and twigs
you
in
put
between.
inside of a log cabin. But
Oh.
what is this called? What's this called?
Flocking?
Flocking. That's the word. So, let's set up. Isaac is over here, about 10 feet away. You said. We have Isabella's right in there. Soren's right in there. And there's a crank on top of this or whatever. And Ink is right next to Isabella. There is a spider
It's the
here.
first time we used all our new minis.
A spider here.
Might be.
And a spider here. They're all here. They are. So let me get the. Oh yeah. We got some initiatives. Excuse me, Darwin. What are your initiatives? 25 to 20?
Mine was 21.
21 is Bella. 15?
19.
We have Ink. 15 to 10?
14.
14?
5.
14 and 5. Okay. Soren. And then we have Isaac. Okay, first up is Isabella, followed by Ink. As you see these spiders crawling out of here. Keep in mind you're not on your property. If you want to blast guns and shit, that's your prerogative. If you want to draw attention to your location while you have this kerfuffle, up to you. But that is something on your mind. The
Okay.
song.
I'm just gonna do a. Oh wait, this might be ranged.
Let's do the song.
Oh, it's self. Within 15 feet. Let's grab. I want to target this spider right here that's crawling out, and I
Yep.
want to try to pull it back into the well. So I'm gonna do lightning
Oh.
lure, but our modified
Yeah,
one.
go ahead. Yeah. So
Goop.
call it
Frightening
not
lure.
lightning lure
Yeah,
forever
what
and
do we
ever
call
moving
it?
forward. Whatever you want.
Call it frightening lure.
Frightening lure.
That's cool. That's good. Hey.
All right.
What
Yeah.
are the DM inspo dice? Here you go.
Fuck yeah.
Frightening lure. Someone else has got the other one.
that's right here.
Strength saving
Okay.
throw from that spider.
A strength saving throw from the spider. It actually. What's your DC?
13.
It actually succeeds.
Fuck
Fuck that
off.
spider's jack.
As it, you try to grab it and you go, and sort of like whip out with Mistress's inky arm, and you sort of try to grab a tendril, and it just
Fucker.
skitters down on the other side of the well. You can't reach it.
I don't want to move. Because if I try to run, these things will hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any bonus action.
You guys have full rest hit points though, so.
Yeah. Okay, I can't do anything else. I'm going to stay here and start
Okay.
trying to run.
Ink, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action disengage, move back, use my whip to hit at this spider.
Okay.
18.
18 definitely hits the spider.
Hell yeah.
7 slashing damage. And then
7.
I'm going to continue. Is it like
As you whip it.
5 feet up or something from
Yep.
this? Or? Let's see. Let's go here.
Okay.
And I'm good.
You said you were disengaging with your bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and that's your turn. The next one up is a sputter. Sputter in front of you, the one that jumped off the bottom of the bucket, is going to jump on you like a jumping spider do.
Oh boy.
As it jumps over and it attacks, and it gets a 12 to hit. 12 hits you. Let's go.
Ooh.
As it
Forcing me
grabs
to wear a suit.
grabs on, and it goes, and it tries to
Do you
bite,
normally wear armor?
I have leather armor under.
and it tries to bite down on you, and you take 3 piercing damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. It is going to take 2 psychic damage.
2 psychic
And be
damage.
pulled 10 feet away from me, but...
Oh,
con save, you said?
yes, please.
6.
6. You take.
No, sorry, 8.
You take 5 poison damage and are poisoned.
Okay.
As it sort of like jumps on you, gets venom in you, and then when that happens, when the poison sort of takes place, in you, you immediately feel in your like sinuses and stuff like this terrible like smell almost, it floods. There's, it's like a sickening scent, I guess. I'll say, because you're so close to it, Mistress immediately sort of turns toward him, and you can feel that she almost like psychically licked her lips in his direction. Like, something happened there.
The fuck?
Do you have those status things where you just mark yourself?
And then my rebuke is going to pull that spider 10 feet.
It pulls it 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
As you do so, and it gets pushed off the well and sort of lands over here next to Isaac. That is its turn. But now it is your turn.
Magic effect.
Shit. Yeah, magic effect. We'll call it that.
Okay, so that spider is away from me.
Mm-hmm. This one's still in range.
I think I'm going to reflexively just try to do a telekinetic shove and push that one as
Sure.
well. So that's a strength save.
Mm-hmm. And as this is happening, I need you also to make me a strength saving throw after the fact.
Okay.
Because you are holding onto this lantern, a lot's happening. I'm just going to see if you're holding onto it still.
Okay, gotcha. Probably not. That's a 5.
5 misses. As you try to...
Oh, that was my strength save.
Oh, that's your strength
It makes
save?
a strength save.
Oh,
to
it
not
makes
be
a strength
pushed.
save. It is a 14.
That is the DC.
Okay, they succeed in the strength saves. As you try to blast it, boom, and it just sort of swings on the bucket. And your strength save, you drop the lantern, and it falls down. It doesn't go
Cool.
out necessarily, but it is on the ground nearby, so it's casting a sort of shadowy light. It is. Is there anything else you want to do in your turn?
Yeah, so that was my bonus action. I'm just going to use my action to use psychokinesis on it then.
Okay.
Which I think is at disadvantage because I'm poisoned.
It's an attack roll, yeah.
Okay. 14.
14 hits. So you use psychokinesis, and go ahead and explain. You haven't used this yet with everybody, I don't think, have you?
No, I'm
So
just going to raise a hand towards the spider and then squeeze suddenly, and there's like a braking force on one of its legs.
okay. As you just sort of do some Darth Vader shit.
Yeah.
What's your damage?
2.
2
It's gonna be
damage.
crushing whole spiders eventually.
For now, just the leg.
And that was the one that attacked.
Yeah,
Is
just
the
the one
one.
right in front of Izzy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Isn't that closer?
after that is the other spider on the other
It's
side
that
over
ring on
here.
the top. Probably.
Usually fits.
It's going to walk over here, turn its butt towards you,
Oh,
And-
Jesus.
Sure.
and everybody
Oh.
Everybody.
Ah,
is caught in web. I need everybody to make. I think it's a dex saving throw, isn't
I'm
it?
great at these.
Or is it a stealth?
I believe it's dex.
Is
Is
it
it
dex
dex
or
at first
strength?
and then it's strength after that?
I think that's the case. Let me look at the web spell.
Hey, we're dexterous.
Web.
Actually possible.
Each creature starts to turn the webs or the enters the turn. I guess when you start your turn, you have to make a dex save.
Oh.
So you don't have to worry about it now. But
Oh.
you are.
I want to keep this roll though.
There's web. Well, you can't because when you start your turn, you gotta roll it. And it's Isaac's turn.
Does the roll I just rolled count?
What roll did you roll?
I rolled a 13.
It is your turn. I'll let it roll.
I rolled a 13.
Because I told you to roll
It
it.
was a 13.
A 13?
13 on the dice, I have +0.
Is the DC
Oh God.
of the web.
Okay. I can't see for shit, but I'm gonna walk to the one, I guess.
There's one right here.
Yeah, okay. I'll walk up and I'll smack it with the cane.
Okay. So you walk up on the web and sort of like, and you take the cane out and you whap it.
Yeah, that's a 16.
16 hits.
Woohoo!
This is the one that got telekinetic shoved.
1.
1 damage. 1 whole damage.
A singular damage.
As your as your normal meat body is not necessarily the damage dealing juggernaut
Nope.
that your other form can be. You take your stick out and you whack it. Are you staying in the web?
I mean, if I... Yeah, I'm gonna have to, because if I move, it's opportunity attack.
Sure.
I'd rather stay here. I'll stay with the web.
We got one more spider, and that's the one that Isabella is in front of. And it is going to jump at you and do the bite. And it gets a 13.
That is a glancing blow.
That is a glancing blow. Okay, you take 6 half to 3 piercing damage. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm resistant to piercing also, because, well, if I... Yeah, we're still off the long rest
Yep.
from feeding.
Yep.
So, 1? What's it?
Yeah, 1 damage. And you can't be poisoned, can you? Are you immune to poison, or are you resistant to it?
Hold on.
I think you're resistant to it.
Resist poison, advantage save on poison.
Okay, so you have advantage on the Constitution saving
I'm
throw.
immune to disease.
And you have resistance to this damage.
Constitution?
Uh-huh.
That is just an 11.
Okay. Even with advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I rolled a 10 and an 11.
Okay.
I have no bonus.
You take 5 half to 2. 2 poison damage.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And it's Isabella's turn at the top of the round.
Strength save?
You have a dexterity saving throw at the beginning of your turn in the web.
Oh, yeah. That is a 14.
That's enough. You can move around.
We're gonna... You know what? Let's just hit him with the normal claw.
Uh-huh.
Mistress claw. So that...
Okay.
Let's not change. Hold on, I wrote over my fucking thing. Yeah, that's the Alter Self one, so it's just this +5. Hey! 23 to hit.
23 absolutely hits the spider. So you Mistress Claw out.
9 slashing damage.
9 slashing damage at this one.
Or then I'm gonna back the fuck out of the web, even taking opportunity.
It's not dead, but it is very hurt, and it doesn't look interested at all in continuing this shit.
Yeah, I was just... I'm backing the fuck away.
You back away.
Yeah.
It's gonna make an opportunity attack.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
fine.
so it's not happy you did that. It goes and it bites back at you. It gets a 16 to hit.
Fucking, that's a hit.
You take 5 piercing, half to 2, and then another con save.
Yeah. 16?
16 is enough. You resist the poison. And you back up how far?
Just enough to get... Well, I'll move my full movement back.
Call it here.
Yeah, because get the fuck away from
So
this.
you get the fuck away, and as you do, Isabella, your turn ends, and then suddenly there's a at your back, and you take 1 slashing damage as you feel like a thin piece of something whip your back, and then roll me a perception check with disadvantage because it's dark over here.
10?
10, and you hear something behind you skittering in the darkness, but you don't know what it is. Ink, you're up.
Okay.
Are there more children with knives in these woods?
I hate it here.
Can I get up like right here without getting in the web?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll do that, and then I'm just gonna do a dagger attack on that one.
Are you trying to get a melee attack? Or are you throwing it? If you're trying to get melee, you gotta get closer. You get up on the step. Into melee.
Okay, I'll do that then, sure.
Okay. So you get just outside the web and it stands on top of it. Jeez, bro.
Him being upstairs alone concerns me. He better not have been in the bedroom.
Who's closed?
That's a nat
Did you
1.
close it?
A nat 1? Go
Yep.
ahead and roll me to confirm.
You're not.
I'm
There's.
far
There's.
off.
I'm meleeing. How could I hit you?
You gotta get a 4 or
I want
higher.
to roll it out.
Or lower, I mean.
Yeah.
Then you...
19.
19. There we go. Okay, so it's just a
Hey.
regular miss as you try to out with the dagger and you just totally whiff. It doesn't even get close because you're trying to keep from the web. And you're like, you're doing one of these. It's not working out. And then you have a bonus action movement. Anything you want to do?
I will disengage again and
Yep.
dip back here.
You don't have that much movement.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Move
You're
up
right. I
Here,
moved,
you
you're
have
right.
about 5 feet if you want to move back
That's
one.
fine. I'll move
Okay.
back.
You move back there, and and you feel at the back of your neck just like a something missed you, but made like a
Oh god.
sound. Roll me a perception check with disadvantage
Okay.
as you look back.
6.
6.
Wow.
As you turn around, you're trying hard to. You hear something skitter off. Next up is a spoder. The one that did the one that got pushed right here. Is up on the web. And you're marked. And is going to across the web, not worrying about what Isaac's doing if Isaac wants to take an opportunity
Yeah,
attack.
for sure.
You got the good
11.
one, yeah.
Things piss me off all the
11
time.
misses as it comes over and goes and it's going to try
You good?
so it gets on you and it sees the other one wounded there. It is going to try to jump on you, and it begins to crawl around you and release its web around you. It's going to try to wrap you up. So I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
16.
16 is plenty as you just sort of push this thing off you as it gets on. That is its action as it is trying. You are marked for consumption.
Even the mistress is like, damn, that's tasty. So
And there's some sort of bug pheromone in there that's making you feel tasty as a prey.
you need something?
That is the end of its turn. Soren is up.
Okay. So I got to do the web.
Dexterity throw.
5.
5. You are restrained as you try to move your feet, and you can't do it. Restrained. Wait, how come oh, there it is. You can't. Your speed is 0. You can't benefit from bonuses. Speed. Your attack rolls have disadvantage, and attack rolls have advantage against you. You have disadvantage on further dexterity saving throws. You can use your action to try to break out with a strength save.
Okay.
What want to do?
I am over this, so I'm going to just slip into my shadow form.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh. So you use your action to do so?
Yes.
You use your action to turn into your shadowy mist with your item. I forget what it's called.
Shadow guide.
Just your, okay. And what do you do?
I'm gonna move 30 feet back this way towards. I might regret that, but that's okay.
Time to join the stabbies.
Well, you're just missed. You can't do anything else.
I can't harm or do harm by physical means.
What are you trying to do?
I
Cast
was
a
gonna
spell?
do a telekinetic pull.
Does that have a somatic, verbal, or
No,
anything?
it's just my feet.
It's just your brain?
Yep.
Okay. You can try.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and pull that spider, so it has to make a strength save.
Okay, it doesn't work.
Cool.
In your shadow form. It's essentially like vampire mist.
Okay.
You can't really
That-
operate in it, so
Okay. That's
so
fine.
that is happening. What the next thing is the spider that you fucked up and slashed, it heads back down the well.
Good.
It runs away. That is its turn.
Hit him harder.
And it goes. And then, Isaac, it's your turn. You have just been slashed from behind by something?
I'm gonna join my team. I'm gonna
Okay.
get out and go that way. Maybe, hopefully. No.
Dexterity saving throw, you're
No.
just stuck?
Yeah, no.
Oh, shit.
It's a
I'm gonna have
2.
to save my brother.
No.
Okay, at the end of the turn is the one that shot the web, and it's going to jump up on Isaac. And you have to make me a strength saving throw as it tries to wrap you up.
Decent at that.
As it jumps up on you.
Natural 16.
Natural 16 is enough as it starts to do that, and you're like pushing the web away. That is its action. Isabella, you feel from your left side
Oh.
a thwack.
He spit
A
on it.
spitty thwack! You hear a thwack. And you take 1 slashing damage.
What the fuck?
Roll me a perception check with disadvantage as you're being poked at by something in the shadows.
Imagine incorporeal.
How embarrassing.
Nothing. Negative. -2.
-2 is you just like, what the fuck? What's happening? It's your turn.
My brother's in trouble. So, we are going to walk back up a bit.
Okay. How far is a bit?
I want to...
5, 10, 15.
Can I get within 15 feet of any of them without being in the web?
This is 25 feet of your movement, and he's 20 feet away.
Not him, the spider.
The spider, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna frightening lure again.
Frightening
Try to pull him
lure.
away from Isaac.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
I believe it's a saving throw.
Oh, I thought lightning lure is an attack.
Let me look.
I can try.
The target must succeed on a strength saving throw.
It fails. And it pulls
Hey.
towards you.
Yes.
And
Up
this
to
one
10 feet in a straight line and take 1d8. What did we make it?
necrotic.
Necrotic. D8. 2 necrotic
Two
damage.
necrotic. Let's go. Okay. You do, however, displace it and snag it, dragging the teeth across it, or claws or whatever it is. And
I imagine it's like tendrils that come out from my arm and wrap around it and pull it like a.
And puts that inky stuff around it. And that's your turn and bonus action and everything?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. Ink is about to be your turn, and at the back of your leg, you take 1 slashing damage. Roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
There's a child with a knife in the woods again.
It doesn't feel like a knife. You
It's
don't
like a
feel
doll.
cut. You feel fucking thwacked.
Or some little fucking
What does
gnomes.
being thwacked feel like?
Little fucking.
Forest gnomes.
It honestly, it feels like a long, thin
15?
rod.
Oh, like a
With disadvantage.
switch.
Yeah.
With disadvantage, you turn, and you just see like knickerbockers and a small pair of feet
Oh
running
God.
running into the woods.
No.
I just
Faster than you thought it would move.
Oh, what the fuck? They are little gnomes.
What do you want to do?
Okay, cool.
What's going on out here?
Can I get over here? Could I like use my whip and either try to throw it to him and pull him out of the web, or like try and wrap it around him and pull him out of the web?
I say you could take the help action with your whip
Okay.
if you want to use your action.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay, so you take the help action and toss the whip to Isaac so he can get out of the web.
Yeah.
And that's your action. Next up, unless you have you don't really have a bonus action you
No,
can
that's fine.
do. Next up is the one that you didn't lightning lure. It is this one right here. Frightening lure, my bad. It is looking at all of you.
Hiss.
You hurt its friend. It's going to try to jump at you.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Aww. And as it does, it rolls a natural 1. Go ahead and make me a counterattack as you sort of like grab it out of the air or try to slash at it.
13?
13 hits. You can go ahead and roll damage. Your normal slashy damage, boy.
9 slashing.
Fuck! As you do 9 slashing damage.
I rolled
to it.
another max damage.
As you slash it really good, and then it's going to use the rest of its movement to fucking go back down
Fuck
to the
off.
well. Because it got hurt way too bad. Soren, you're up. You're in a misty form.
Yeah. Yeah, I sure am.
And while you're in the misty form,
Look for the feet.
you look around. And the whole world looks as though it's just crawling in worms. Looks like every piece of everything is built out of worms. The grass is worms. The trees are worms. Your friends.
Would you still love us if we were one of us?
It's like meat dimension.
I have to imagine that's just so off-putting that I don't do anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Stun locked by worms.
I'm just watching everyone
Worm-locked.
writhe.
Yeah. I mean, they look like themselves, but it looks like their skin is made of like a bunch of worms that like
Yeah.
writhe together
Oh,
and stuff.
God.
And, like if you had a beard, it'd be like little worms.
He's
or hair.
having psychosis.
Have you ever seen like the worms when they're in a group together and
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah, that's what you see all the time.
I don't like it.
nope.
Okay, so that's Soren's turn. At the end of that, there is a little rustling next to where Soren's mist is sort of like hovering. And then the lamp goes out. And you hear... As you hear the sound of the lamp being carried into the woods.
Oh my god.
How much do bullet lamps cost?
They're
Not
cheap.
much.
Oh, no. Yes. Weird kid can have
10 gold.
it. Oh,
And it's Isaac's turn.
I'm gonna get out of the spiderweb, hopefully.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
advantage.
Because Ink is helping.
Yeah.
A dexterity saving throw.
17.
17
I
as,
actually made both.
as you get out of the web finally.
Can't see anything, probably. I'm just gonna move and rejoin my sister
Okay.
on the side.
Yeah.
25.
You can get to here.
Okay.
As you rotate around, is there any... I mean, you have an action. Or I'm sorry, that was your strength saving throw.
Yeah.
That was your action. Never mind. Okay. Isaac, you step out of there and you're like, whew, finally. You take 1 slashing damage as you are hit in the back of the legs. You can roll me a perception check with disadvantage if you'd like.
Get the
in
lantern.
as you're swaddled in the forest darkness.
7.
You do hear.
This dog has to poop.
And so the last spider runs away from Isabella, or tries. You want to make an attack? It's trying to run back into the well.
No.
As it runs down there,
I hiss at it as it runs away.
it climbs back down in there. But unless you want to, we're out of initiative order. Why won't this work? Hello? There we go. And you hear off in the distance in the woods 2 children laughing. You hear the sound of 2 children laughing.
Be ghosts.
Dude. I'm going to find my brother and make sure he's okay first.
Seems to be okay. You've only taken light amount of damage. You all collect yourselves and are together. And then you can jump out of Misty form if you'd like. Or you can stay. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna stay for now.
In Misty form?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's just a
Are there-
mist where Soren is, and the rest of you can see, like, again, it's very dim. You just have your light above you. The candle didn't fall while you were in the fight. And you just see, you could see through the trees, there's like a blip for a minute where it looks like the lantern gets turned on and toggled for a second, and then it goes back out, and it's a little northwest.
I'll yell out, if this is some sort of prank, your parents won't be very happy about it.
Okay. Oops.
Do I?
You had an interesting upbringing. I feel like it's a lot of guilt-based.
What
You
do
know.
you mean?
Never mind.
I can see in darkness, even magical, as if it were light.
Yeah.
Do I see anything around?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
One of these has to be good tonight, right? One good perception check. 13?
13. You are looking out into the woods, and you can see. You can't quite see what it is, but there seems to be like a structure or something that runs a line at the back of the woods. It seems like there's like another wooden line, like maybe a fence or a building or just a bunch of trees knocked over in a line. You can't quite tell. But that's to the north.
Okay. I don't see anyone else around
You don't
us.
see anyone else around, no.
Okay. I'm gonna drop my shadow form
You drop it
and then just squat down and put a hand on the ground
okay.
and then just see if I can push into the worms.
You take your hand and you push down into the worms, or try to. Feels like a normal ground.
Okay.
Feels normal.
Seeing things then?
Yeah.
Stand up and
You stand up and you turn towards your friends, and in the tree behind them, up there, you see a shadow is bending. And your little companion is watching and from the top of the tree.
I'm just gonna watch it for now.
'Kay.
I don't want to tell them because they always freak out.
And so you are around this well.
I'm
What do
gonna
you wanna do?
start heading back down the pathway out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the pathway heads southeast back towards the sort of nexus of pathways.
Are we not going to try and find these kids or whatever? If we find them, we might find the mother.
It seems like they made their way out of the woods,
I thought
right?
you said they went
Or
north.
they went north,
Yeah, north.
Yeah,
deeper in.
deeper.
We don't have much for light now.
It is a bit dangerous, and they were waiting for us back at the estate.
You've only been gone for a little bit.
I think it is fine. I don't think they're little kids. They're assholes. Probably they hurt us, but like they're not gonna kill us. They're kids.
They were very fast for children.
Yes.
How do you feel about it?
Well, we can go into the woods.
Jesus.
Hello, Mr. Buttons.
Mr. Buttons on the back of a tree is just starting to make biscuits on the tree bark.
Hi.
Oh my goodness.
Hello?
Goodness.
Do you need me?
Holy.
Is mother needed?
I did kibbles even though Dad already fed me? Like,
What are you doing?
What a psycho. God, bog rat action.
That was like a lot of
I didn't
on
think
that
she
action.
could jump that high.
It's kind of impressive.
How does she lift her own weight? Hi. Hello.
Her hammies must be jacked.
She's
She's got great hammies.
Yeah.
dude. She's pushing her whole ass into me.
She is a ham.
She's scooping my boob with her face now. What is going on, girlfriend? You good?
So,
I just have a baby now.
we are hanging out next to the well. It's weird. It's got corpse animals in it.
Mm-hmm. And giant spiders.
The giant spiders that live down in there sucking corpse.
What a life.
Well, we go.
To be a giant spider in a tiny animal corpse well. Kind of made.
Shooting rope.
Even when
You're
it
a
isn't.
treasure, Randy.
I know.
Never forget.
Look at that baby.
So pathetic.
The paw on her necklace.
She's headbutting my boob right now.
So, what do you want to do?
Well, we
Oh,
go
oh,
into a
yeah.
dark forest that we've never been in before without any light.
To find
Chasing-
children.
Possibly real, maybe not real children.
It's anomalous. It's in the name. We have to investigate them.
But this isn't a job.
This is literally part
This
of a
is
job we're
literally a
doing. What
job.
are you talking about?
We're also poking
This is
around
our
at
chance
property
to-
that isn't ours.
We were told if it is not
long
locked,
as
it
it's not
is
locked.
fine. This woods are not locked.
Can't really lock
We haven't
woods. That's
picked any
fair.
locks yet.
If we get lost in this forest,
It's the woods. You walk one direction, and eventually you're no longer in the woods. My survivor skill is very bad.
well,
So do you want to walk into the woods or down the path from whence you came?
going into the woods.
Woods?
Woods.
Guess woods.
Unanimous.
Woods it is.
All right. Are we using light as we go through the woods,
What's
or are we
light?
It's my
trying?
candle.
Right.
Yeah.
So we realize that
Yeah.
candles can be seen upon approach inside the woods if you're trying to be sneak.
I can see in the
Like-
dark if you want me to just kind of like guide us sneakily.
I put Mr.
there any
Buttons on my
moonlight
head and I
there?
activate mage armor.
Okay.
I'm just glue. I have cat head now.
Cat glooped.
Cat gloops.
And I'm gonna do 2 mines so I can see.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. Okay. So Isabella and Ink can both see in the dark right now. You can
Cat
in misty
girls.
form.
Yep,
But I think you used
dropped it.
Meow.
I can't.
And you can't.
I'm going
Totally
by
blind.
Elliot is eating
moonlight?
my arm right now under this.
You're wedding?
Going by moonlight?
Yeah, I mean you're just following these two.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you are navigating. I need a survival check and a perception check from each of you. One each. Just pick one.
What's your survival?
Since you're leading the party.
I have -2 to both.
Okay, I have -1, so I guess I'm gonna do survival.
I'll be helping Isaac find his footing.
You're gonna give me a perception check is what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Also that.
11.
And we'll see if you're helping us.
We're so good at
Well,
surviving
I'm gonna
outside
be
of
like
cities.
physically. I'm gonna like. Oh wait.
Yeah, well you didn't
Hold
pick
the
any
same.
like
Yeah.
outside people.
Hey.
They all spend time indoors.
15.
15. Okay, what was your survival?
11.
11. Okay. I mean, it's just some woods.
What the
She's not hurt. She's just annoyed.
She was just annoyed that I moved it. I scooted
That was
her
her
over.
annoyed noise. It's just that shit.
Hi.
Yeah, now she's gonna come from
Oh.
She's so needy.
Yeah, everyone gets
baby.
the starfish shot.
TOS.
So,
If that's TOS, oh boy.
oh boy.
My cats have ruined me.
So, Ink and Isabella lead the way as they try to
I don't know,
navigate
seems
these
like woke
woods.
garbage to me.
Yeah.
The women in charge?
Whoa, woke bullshit.
Woke agenda.
Did you see the person who the new Super Mario Brothers trailer was like?
No.
I don't know. Peach was in a like a suit in this. Like,
I
it
actually haven't
wasn't in
seen
the-
any
Peach,
of the
it was
Mario
Jeremy from
shit.
Geeks and Gamers. He was mad that Peach rules a kingdom because
She's a prince. That's her
She's a
job.
monarch. When King Toadstool isn't around, she's in charge.
I've
Well-
never seen them motherfuckers.
What a girl boss.
He went on vacation once.
Speaking of girl bosses, they continue to walk through the woods north, and you can start to see with your perception check that there is something on the horizon in the woods. Not necessarily the horizon. There's something in the woods ahead that seems to be a stable structure that spans the length of the woods. And as you approach safely, it's pretty hard to be unsafe in this place. It just takes some time. You come to a fence in the woods, not like in a clearing. It's made through the woods, and you can see it. It goes down to the left, and it goes over to the right. But right now, it's essentially like 3 planks of wood. They're all this dark wood, and then it stood up. It's a nice enough fence, but it's like, like you make to keep cattle in. So it's not like beautiful or anything.
Yeah.
It's more functional than.
Yeah, but it's in the woods, in between trees.
It's like this weird. There's just stuff behind them. Woods.
Does it? Does the wood look relatively? Like, does it look like it's been here a long time and untended to, or does it look newish?
Give me a nature check. Anything else you guys want to do while you two can interact with stuff? So.
I've been wanting to kind of just check out these trees. Like, are
Yeah.
they naturally black colored?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a nature check on one of the trees.
22.
Are you trying to do Arcana?
No, it doesn't. It was an @1, so it doesn't matter. I was hoping for investigation.
You touch the trees. They seem like trees. You walk up to them, you touch them. It feels like a birch tree. Have you ever felt that? It's very smooth in spots, and some of them have bark that peels off and it's just black. So you don't know anything about it besides it being black birch. But inside of it is a nice wood, and you assume the wood is the same on the fence. And what was your nature check?
22.
22. It seems to have been here for some time. Not like a super long time, maybe a couple of years.
Okay. How far down does this go? You said like, can we not even? We can't even see the end either
you
direction.
Can't see the end in
Wow.
either direction.
Okay.
It goes through the woods, and then you sort of lose it.
Is it-
Do you want to follow it left or right, or go over it?
Can we?
Over it.
You can, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy enough. You just walk over or under it, and you're on the other side of the fence. And you continue in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay. Still headed north?
Do we? I'm gonna keep an ear out for like. Do I hear anything? Any more like noises similar to when we heard whatever the kids were like zipping by or?
Give me a perception check.
14.
14. You're listening. You don't hear any sounds of kids or laughter or anything like that. You hear the normal sounds of the forest, though still is quiet locally to you. It seems that just your activity makes the local birds quieter. So you cross the fence. You're in the woods. There's a fence behind you. What do you want to do?
Keep heading in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
North?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a survival check and a perception check, the two of you.
I'll do perception.
9.
6.
Girl bosses.
You begin
like
to
big
find
people.
yourselves wandering aimlessly in the woods.
I knew this was gonna happen. I
And
said this out loud.
as
Sun will come up eventually.
well, it's a long time till morning. And as you continue to walk,
Let me let him out. Or is this not a good time?
as you continue to walk, he'll be fine in a second. You find yourselves not really knowing which direction you're going. The light from the canopy keeps the sky hidden from you. Landmarks have ceased to exist. You sort of got turned around a little bit, and now you kind of don't know which way's which.
Oh, good.
I should have looked at the sphere so I could have kept some sort of heading because it always points
Do you
north.
want to pull
Oh
the
my
sphere
god,
and Ricky
use
out?
it. You have a fucking
Yeah.
compass.
Okay. You pull the sphere out, and it's pointing.
Yeah.
And Ricky is atop it as you grab it. And he goes, "Oh, hey, we're doing stuff." And you put him back. He goes, "Okay, have a good time." And you look at it, and you start following it.
Well, I was just gonna. I guess that is north because we were trying to
Yes.
go north anyway. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Okay, yeah. You begin to head.
Hold on. No.
And along with that, and as you do, you can go give him
Okay.
a sec.
Jeez. Okay. Here, take that. So I don't just throw it somewhere. It's time for the baby boy.
For the baby boy.
Jeez.
You want to bring me a drinky, would you?
Yeah, what do you want?
Just go. And we'll take a short break real quick for 2 seconds if you guys want to just hang out for a second. As we are trekking through the woods.
Anyone heard any interesting Kanye quotes lately?
Likes Hitler.
I mean, he made this abomination.
What?
I don't think he made that. That's actually the symbol, I think, of a cult that I've covered
Ah.
before. So it's already existent. But
Pretty bad.
yeah,
Pretty bad.
yeah.
Bad.
Nick Fuentes having any sort of connection to mainstream anything makes everything worse. So I'm not happy about that.
It seems to me that there's one group of right-wingers that are like, wait, no, that's bad.
Yeah.
And that involves both Tim Pool and Alex Jones for some reason, which is a bizarre turn of events.
I think some of the more grifty ones, in my opinion, are like, oh no, they're saying the even quieter power are out loud. Where this is hindering my ability to make money on
Right,
this
of course.
shit.
Someone edgy. I mean, Milo weaseled his way into this shit too to try to get himself.
I want to know how Milo got introduced to Kanye in the first place, because Milo brought Nick in.
He introduced himself.
He was just like, hey Kanye, that's bizarre.
Yeah, Milo has always been one of those people who just sort of like gloms onto whatever the thing is and tries to make his money like that. It's just a what a pathetic way to live your life.
Yeah.
Head north. Oh.
That's an unpleasant noise.
You know what I guess I can do? I can clear this battle map.
Sure.
This is your lantern now, by the way.
Thank you.
Do I still have this?
Maybe.
Okay. I'll keep it separate then.
You don't know how spider scent marks work? And how their venom marks you for their feast?
Oh, no.
You said Coke, right?
Yeah.
Like a Coke Zero?
Yeah, we only have that, right?
We have normal Coke too.
We have normal Coke? Oh, it's yours. That's right.
Oh, buddy.
I just don't understand why dogs, when they shit, get the zoomies. Like, I don't know
Because
what...
they're so lightweight now.
It's just because they're lightweight, like when you get new shoes,
Yeah.
and you gotta try them out.
Yeah, because you get the speed buff when they're new.
Here you go.
Thank you so much. Please don't break whatever that is.
Well, it shouldn't be on the floor, but it
Please
definitely
don't break
is
it.
there.
Please don't break it.
Well, it was
No,
on the
don't
floor.
break it again. Why'd you put
Didn't
it there?
mean to.
Why'd you put it there?
I didn't put it there.
I can't believe she would do that
It's
on
fucked
purpose
up.
like that.
Delicious is what it is.
So, Ink, holding the sphere, heads in a northerly direction. Or so you hope. And after a bit of time, the trees break. And through the thinning trees, you see like a valley. Sort of in this. You stand on the top of a ridge, and the valley goes out a few acres, and in the center of that valley is a small homestead
Oh no.
with a little chimney. There's no fire coming out of it, but there are lights on inside.
Let's go.
It's the real hidden family.
It's fake wide.
You start to walk across this. It's open. If someone's inside and they're looking out the window, there's a chance that you could be seen.
Well, okay, look. We heard children in the woods.
Genuine, curiosity and want to make sure that they were okay.
I'm gonna take Mr. Buns off my head, slurp him back into me, slurp away, and hide my mage armor so I look normal.
Okay.
Mm.
You do see a path that leads a ways to the east. You see a pathway that leads up to the other side of the house. So you're at the back. Do you want to walk up to the back of this house?
Sure.
Sure.
in the dark.
Why don't we
Where
just-
else do we go?
Why
Around
don't
to
we
the
just
front.
knock
That's
on
some
the
white
door?
people shit right there. Thinking like, yeah, of course I'm gonna walk into the backyard of this
Yeah.
house.
Well, we gotta walk around to the front.
We'll
Can
rock-
we
Yeah.
walk around to the front? Like,
if you
Yeah.
want
We
to.
should.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that. Like normal people, so it doesn't look like we're trying to rob or kill whoever's
yeah, we
in
just
here.
like saw kids in the woods, and the
And now we're
Wait,
chasing
saw
them.
your
It's
kid.
totally
Can
fine.
we
No.
We saw kids in the woods and we were like, gotta get those.
Well, no, it's like you're alone in the middle of the woods at night in the dark,
Just worried. Just worried.
and then they were gone.
Your kid stabbed us,
and
by
they
the
also
way.
stole our lantern.
That's true. Okay, we have. This is justified. Knock on the door.
Okay, so you start walking around the wood line, and then you eventually get to the path, and then you start walking up the path. And as you begin walking up the path, you do see this. It's just like a simple little home. It's a single story. It's got this brown sort of like what are those Tudor style or whatever. Where they got like the wood in the
Oh yeah.
I know what you're
stucco. Is
Tudor
that-
style.
Yeah. And you see a garden in the back. You yeah, behind this fence. And you see activity in the home. You can see things, figures moving beyond the windows, but not great. Are you just still walking up?
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk up the path, and you make your way to the door. And the door is in front of you. It looks like a normal door. It's not made of the same black wood as the other doors in the other house. It's made of just like normal wood stuff.
I go knock.
You knock on it. You knock, and there's a hush in the house.
Hello, I don't mean to be rude, but we saw that you're in there. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're in the woods.
The door opens up, and there you see a normal height, quite beautiful Lorakian woman who looks just like the woman in the picture.
Oh.
This is Belinda Crabblebottom. And she looks at you and she has like a blue dress on, like a prairie, Little House on the Prairie sort of like, but like with Elizabethan stuff to it. But she wears just some house shoes, and she looks at you. Goes, yes, hello.
Forgive our disruption, madam. We were walking around the grounds and heard
Yeah.
children laughing, and I thought it was way too late for
Children.
them to be awake. So we followed.
Are you a guest of my husband's?
Yes.
Yes.
One moment. She sort of takes a second to... Oliver? Emma? Come here. Go on.
We were out in the woods and couldn't see much. And next thing you know, someone was smacking at our
You can
backs
hear...
with sticks.
You can hear...
And we heard the laughter of children, and then they took our lantern and scurried away.
There's a moment that passes, and the kids sort of like appear from behind their mom, like they were hiding behind her, and they sort of split out to either side. And you can see that they remind you a lot of these two pretty quickly. They're both like macabre little kids, and these little like, you know the berries and cream, berries. And
Yeah.
They have like little things on their They have the knickerbockers and like these little shoes, little buckles on them, and their pants only go down to like just above their knees, and they go, "Yes, Mummy," in unison. And she goes, "Did you take something from these people?" "No, Mummy." "Are you lying, Oliver, Emma?" "Yes, no, Mummy. Yes, Mummy." "What did you take from them?" "I'm so sorry. Please hand it to me, son." And she takes it, and she hands it back over to you. Take it. Is there anything else you need? I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
That's it. We just wanted to make sure they were okay.
Everything should be fine.
All right. Well,
I don't mean to pry, I apologize, but are you okay? I'm a little surprised to find the lady of the house this far out from the property.
yes, of course.
Alright, just like privacy.
This is part of the estate. This is our family home.
Oh, it just seems, I assumed, I guess, that you lived in the large place.
You assumed wrong. Have a good night. And she shuts the door.
Bit weird to ask that.
You start walking back down the path.
I think it's a bit weird that they're living out in a cabin in the middle of fucking
Oh,
nowhere on their
yes.
property.
But we're also not supposed to be out. I mean, we're not supposed
The
to.
two kids look like the kids on the painting, right?
Oh,
But they're not in wheelchairs.
No.
They're
And they're fucking fast.
And creepy.
You whisper to each other as you walk
Yeah.
down the path. Are you following? You're following the path out.
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go back
Yeah.
to our
Yeah,
rooms.
let's get home.
Okay.
Well.
You continue to follow the path. Soon, the clearing gives way, and you are back in the woods on the path. Is there anything you guys want to talk about in the privacy of the woods as you walk?
Well, job's done.
we were told she's.
Job's done. Yeah. I mean,
It's weird though. Why are they out in the cabin? They have a giant mansion. It just feels odd, and the children are odd.
To be fair, nothing about that mansion felt like a home.
I
True,
guess.
I would rather
but
be in the cabin, I think.
I don't know. Oh,
I agree.
I will just keep
Is
an eye out
weird.
at the party. Something seems off.
I don't disagree with that.
and as you say that, you're walking, and the path doesn't look like it can continue forward because there is a large wooden gate that you did not open to come here because you just passed under the side. Now you can simply walk to the side and duck the fence if you want.
Yeah.
Can I see the locking mechanism on the gate?
Yeah, it looks very similar to how the doors are in the house. As you go up to it, it's wooden on the outside, and inside it's like brass fixtures that seem to lock into the rest of this frame that acts as like a gate to keep, like, you assume, higher foot traffic out.
Can I just telekinetically disengage it so we can open the gate?
It's not a latch.
Oh.
It's a lock with a key.
Okay.
It's like got a keyhole.
Gotcha. Okay.
You otherwise could.
Gotcha.
But as you try to jiggle it with the telekinesis, it sort of rattles against the thing. So yeah, you guys can just walk around it if you want.
Seems like a weird gate, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it seems more like a cattle fence where
Sure.
a cow
Yeah.
would walk up to it and be like, "Wow, I'm fucking a cow. I'm not going to go over that." And then, it's a cow.
What is it
And
keeping in then?
way above my pay grade. Hey, if you guys want to have a cow pet, that's my cow voice. So, hey, look, I'm just a cow.
I feel like
I kind of want that cow pet. I'm not gonna lie.
What would you use a cow pet for?
Where would we keep a
companionship.
cow?
In the warehouse.
Cow companionship.
poop
Cow
everywhere.
He needs
companion.
grass and it would shit everywhere.
That's right. So,
Cheapest in
you
the
duck
corner.
the fence and continue.
No, I don't. Why?
Swap.
Why? We have a toilet. We have a toilet now.
She has a litter box, okay?
Which is in the
We can litter
corner.
train the cow.
And eventually you make your way to the trail nexus that allows you to go back towards the black hut to the route to the well that you were at, the route back to the family home, and then somewhere east towards the smokestack that you didn't follow earlier, but is now quite dark. You can't see where that smoke is now.
Yeah, we gotta just go back to
Mhm.
the house.
Just calling it.
Continue back. You break the tree line, heading back toward Carmine's estate, the massive black tree at the crossways of that. And you see the lights from inside the rooms. You see the whole place is lit up and available to walk into. And you just walk into the back. Do you want to walk towards the side of your rooms?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk towards the side where your rooms are, and standing in front of your rooms is Mary, waiting for you.
I wonder how long she's been standing there.
Hello.
Hello. And she looks at you each and goes, I have fresh tea. Would you like some?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. That sounds good.
Excellent. And you see that she is delivering tea to just your rooms, it seems. She only has 4 cups and enough for that. As she opens the doors for each of you if you'd like, or you open your own doors. She'll try, though. She sets a teacup down for each of you and gives it to you with your specifications. You see that those strange keys are held in a hand that she keeps behind her back as she sort of does this, like, you know, the normal stuff, like leaning forward and being a servant and, you know, doing this with a tray. But she keeps one hand behind here very properly, which is normal stance for someone doing this job. But she holds those keys behind her back, not to hide them, just because that's what's in her hand. And she looks at all of you and says, I am now finishing my day. Is there anything else I can get for you?
You set up the furniture we asked for?
Absolutely. The furniture that you asked for in the lounge is set up in the fountain room, so that you may enjoy the fountain this evening. It is well lit, and it will be a beautiful arrangement for you. Some seating. There is a small table. There should be some rugs in there now. And just for you to spend some time as sort of a gathering area. It will be cleaned up in the morning before you awake.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Could
Absolutely.
I get some candles delivered to my room, perhaps?
Of course. Any specification on the candles?
No, just a good half dozen or so.
Absolutely. And
Thank
she
you.
turns and tucks the tray up under her arm and starts walking away, still with her hand behind her back, so the keys are perfectly visible, as she walks down towards Lord Carmine's office in that direction. Are all of you heading into your rooms?
Yeah.
Okay. You can give that. Made a face?
I'm thinking about Mr. Button's mischief, but
You can think about Mr. Button's mischief.
Is there-
It's totally valid to do Mr. Button's mischief.
I'm assuming that this kind of building wouldn't have any sort of like ventilation or any like little nooks and crannies, like,
Would you like to try to look for such a thing?
oh, we'll go in my room, close the door, and start looking for like weird, are there holes in the walls, you know?
There, as you go into your room and you sit down and you look at the teacup that you're not going to use, you do look up and sure enough, adjacent to the room, to both rooms, there are small little vents.
I'm gonna make Mr. Button's gloop into one.
Pretty easy, just hold them up and he just goes through the bars and then reforms around them.
Case of two minds, we're going. Exploration.
Okay, so you start going into the vents. Is anybody else doing anything besides the vents?
Good.
As you immediately do
going
this, you like
to-
immediately do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, great.
I'm also going to lay down in bed and close my eyes as if I'm sleeping.
Sure. You do so. The rest of you are sipping tea, I assume, unless you don't want the tea.
I'm gonna open some rations
Mhm.
and eat them, and also give some to Ricky.
Yeah. Mary did offer food to you that's not rations.
Oh, sure, I'll do that then.
Okay, so she Like anything you need besides
Cheeses and
candles?
meats. Cheeses and meats.
Absolutely. Is there anything I can do for you?
Just take the same thing, actually. Just a bunch of cheeses and meats would be nice.
Okay. She
more
could
like
you
a-
stop
like a
and
little-
work your way down?
Charcuterie
Little
board.
Yeah.
charcut.
Yeah.
Little charcut. Absolutely. You do so.
Okay,
And
prosciutto.
she walks away. You start Gaze of Two Mindsing, and do you want to head towards Soren's room or towards Isaac's room?
Soren's room.
Okay, so you head towards Soren's room. Very
bunch of
quickly, you just sort of
candles.
peer in. He doesn't have candles yet. He's just sitting and sipping tea or something.
Okay. Then we're gonna fuck off.
Okay, so you go back the other way. So you head down through the other rooms and you get to Isaac. And then there's Ink.
They're all just chilling. Nothing's
Yeah.
happening. Okay. Can we go further?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You keep heading down. You see many rooms that
I
look
played
like
the
this.
professor and I spied on
A
you,
storage
so
space.
I can't judge.
And then it takes a turn left or right. You assume in the direction of Carmine's.
That's kind of where I want to head, is towards Carmine's office.
Okay. You head towards Carmine's, and it exhausts outside before it hits the dome, so you can't get in there, but you can look in.
Yeah.
Okay. You look into Lord Carmine's space, and by the time you get here, Mary has walked in already, and she's sort of halfway between the door and the desk, and she walks over to the desk, and she starts picking up all the teacups, and she starts cleaning up the space. You know, it's all haphazard and fucky. She organizes it in what you assume is a thing she does every night.
Mm-hmm. And then he fucks it up
And then he
again.
fucks it up every day, and she cleans it every day.
Oh my god.
Poor
girl.
And she makes everything nice and orderly. And then she sets those keys on the desk, in the middle of the desk. And then she walks out of the office. The door's shut behind her. And she continues down the hallway towards the fountain room. You want to just follow her? We're trying to do other stuff.
There's no one else in Carmine's office?
Don't think so.
Alright, I'm following her.
You start making your way with Mr. Buttons along the vents. You get into the fountain room. Oh,
Split Mr. Buttons into 3.
you have an hour. Where
Let's
do you
go.
want Mr. Buttons 1 to go?
Mr. Buttons 1 is parked at Carmine's office.
Okay.
Mr. Buttons 2 is following following her. Mr. Buttons 3 sitting at
1.
Soren's room.
Okay. 3. 2 is following.
She's Batmaning us.
Okay.
Helicopter parent.
So
I do literally have a file for each of you in my book, by the way.
Me too.
I did that for
so
Professor. I
at,
came up with ways to kill everyone if they had to.
at the the T section of the vents, Mr. Buttons and splits out into 3 directions. One stays at Carmine's, one goes to
That's a
Soren's
spell slot.
room, and one starts following Mary. You get to the fountain room, and you do see in the fountain room from the vents up in there, you do see a couple love seats that are pushed together in like a communal way that sort of they're organized to center the fountain, so that if you were to sit there, you would be able to gaze upon the fountain. There are some rugs on the floor in front of it, and then a coffee table in between with some refreshments that look like they're on there. Little like cakes and cookies.
Like tea cookies and stuff.
Yeah, little stuff, and then it looks like just some water, and then maybe a spirit, and then the accoutrement that would come with tea, but not the tea itself, like the sugar and the stuff, the cream. She continues to walk through and heads through the into the kitchen area that you visited earlier.
Okay.
Okay. You see her collecting meats and cheeses.
I'm just watching her prepare.
And candles. She does that. She delivers it to each of the rooms. And they all say thank you or whatever. And then she heads back into Lord Carmine's office, locks the door behind her, and then stands behind the desk, motionless. And she just stands there.
The entire time I have.
For the foreseeable. Is there anything anybody else is doing during this time?
Once I have my candles,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to set one up in each corner of the room
Mm-hmm.
and light them so that way the room is well lit.
Makes sense.
And then
To watch the psychosis.
I'm going to let them sit for a little bit, build up some melted wax, and then use my mage hand to take that and draw the symbol from my talisman on my door.
Okay.
And then
So
I'll
you
just
see this like spirally interesting sigil. I don't think you've seen it necessarily before.
It's a big ass fucking pentagram with a spiral and shit. Like,
Not a
a cult
pentagram,
looking.
is it?
yeah,
It's like a star.
sort of.
Yeah.
It's like a star with an eye in it.
Yeah. So you see this.
And then I'll just light the other two and set them at like the sides of the bed,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just start getting ready for bed.
Lay down. You look over. And you are able to get the shadows out of the corners. And, I mean, the ceiling is glass. The wall is glass. And as you look out, there's darkness behind the glass. And though you are safe in this room, you can feel the writhing. Anywhere there's shadow. What are you guys doing? Eating cheese and meats?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Just hammering them,
Mm-hmm.
playing with Ricky. You see them play tail a little bit.
We also haven't eaten today, really. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Just hammering some cheese and meats. It's basic food for you guys. You can get your normal resties in. Is there anything else you want to do with these? I say this takes about 20 minutes of your time
So
to follow her around. And do
I'll
that.
let it run for the full hour to have them separated,
Uh-huh.
but I will have them all congeal and just chill and stare at Carmine's office all night.
All night?
Mhm.
Are you going to be, except for the 4 hours you need meditation or whatever
I
it's
don't
called?
need to sleep.
You don't even need, I thought you needed like 4 hours in activity.
You're like motionless and inert, but you can still see and hear. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
for
I'm
Warforged.
basically just like
Sure.
Assuming
I'm,
you used Warforged
I'm in a
rules.
coma in the bed,
Pretty much.
basically.
Yes.
While I'm
Okay,
in
you
Mr.
coma in the
Buttons.
bed without pulling the sheets and just sort of like laying there. You don't really lay in beds a lot. This feels right. And yeah, I mean, throughout the night, for the rest of this hour at least, you see no movement from her whatsoever. And as they congeal and move forward and just stay there, Mr. Buttons gets a little bored watching. He'll stay there if you really ask him to, but you owe him or something. Like there's some sort of like he deserves treats or something.
Treats. I'll find him treats.
And so that happens. And you all decide to slumber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You all, except for you, drift into a sleep, however that works for you tonight. Whatever you may think of or dream of. Maybe you got the meat sweats, you get a little bit of cheese breath at night. Sip the tea, keeps you up a little bit. Isaac, you begin to dream.
Love that for me.
And as you dream, you've had a stressful day. You've had stressful dreams in the past. And this dream has been one of your major stress dreams. You feel the sound first of your feet, like hitting like the hard surface of the vast mansion that you're walking in. You have papers in hand of your designs, your formula. And you're walking up to his office. As you walk up to the office, like a dream, the door opens, you are inside, there's moments, the desk is there in the middle of this void of black. And Kane sits there, behind his desk. He looks at you as you come in. And the dream sort of speeds through the conversation. He asks you why you're here. You tell him that you've made a breakthrough. There's new information. There's something there. You can feel that you're breaking through because, you've been testing on yourself and you didn't bring your cane, and you did that on purpose to show him your leg working. And he sits there and he looks at you. Yes. It seems you're on the right track. Speaking of, and you start to get to the stressful part of the dream, reliving the moment. Your research is being taken from you. The Ministry of Flesh and the Ministry of Industry have worked together in some kind of capacity to essentially strip you from this patent and just use it for the nation's goodness. It's taken from you. And there's fire in your eyes. And you feel it. You feel it within you. And in the dream you hear, yeah, this is when I woke up. Can't take it back, Doctor. Show us how we do it. Show us what happens. And you look down and you see on the desk, you can feel yourself yelling and straining, like when you're straining and screaming in dreams, but you make no sound and it hurts anyways, and your just head hurts and you're pounding and you're just like, there's this yelling match, and there's just this smirk on his face, like, I got you. He took it. There's nothing you can do. Leave now. I'm done having this discussion. And he sort of like looks away from you. And as you do, you see on the desk a little bust of his own face. Yes. I woke up, didn't I? Do it. It'll feel good.
Might not be able to stop that.
Yes,
I can do something
know.
about this, and I'm gonna do it in my dream.
In the dream, you grab the bust and you smash one over the head, and he's like, he didn't think you had the audacity to do this. And you crack, and you see the blood immediately start to, and he just looks confused, and you feel yourself again on the desk climbing over, cracking into his head. 5 hits, and then a thud as it drops into the wetness. You sort of stand back, and your eyes shake, and you turn, and you run, like every time in the dream. And then you wake up, and you all get a full rest. And that's where we'll end the session. So,
How about that one?
You got a rage demon in your head or something?
next time will be the last time before Sarah. Will be the last session before Sarah and I go on vacation.
Yeah.
I
Well,
say
no.
vacation. We're going
Double
to visit her
sixes.
family. We're just doing it for like Christmas stuff. But we're actually leaving that Friday. But
I rolled
we'll
I rolled
I'll
2
give you
Thursday
ones.
we got stuff. to
2
do.
6s.
So you guys get your full rest.
These don't add on to any temp we already had, right?
No. They
It replaces?
supersede it. Yep. I mean, technically, I get. Well, no, it resets at full rest anyway. Too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, next Thursday we'll see what
I
happens
lost health.
at Lord Carmine's estate.
What a fucking.
Thanks for hanging out. Love your faces. We'll see you next time. I haven't eaten today.
Me either.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too.
Love you.